It should be, I think, yeah. Apparently the next season should be out in like 2 months or something like that, 2 or 3 months. I was asking Angelic this morning, or yesterday, I think it was actually, if there's any info about the new WoW raid or anything, and no, there's no info yet. And then Posey said to me that this mythic tier is gonna last like a few more months or something. So what I want to do is I want to try to get best in slot gear. On my paladin as best as I can. And it means that then I can jump straight into Mythic Plus or whatever as soon as the new season starts. And I can start like pushing my score and stuff like that. Because what I could do as well is I could technically start jumping into boosting Mythic Plus. And then I'd never have to pay for my WoW token or anything like that. But it's not as like profitable right now. Shit. And ideally you want a group of like people, right? So the damage I've been pumping out on Ret has actually been crazy high. Like I've been really really enjoying Ret. Like Ret DK Warrior, definitely my wanted classes right now. I think one thing that I do or did a lot like in WoW, well, because I didn't mind playing different classes and stuff like that and different roles, I swap role and then it burns me out because I'm not playing the classes that I enjoy the most. I convince myself that I enjoy certain classes I don't. Like Mage, for example, right? Like Mage is a class that I played for a very long time. It was the class that I was like the most competitive in the game with, and then I was like, oh yeah, I can just totally play Mage, dude. And then I play it and then I just get bored. So it's a good day for Lost Art new raid draw. What's a new raid? In EU? Okay. Oh wait, no, SLB is the thing you forgotten. Wait, what's the raid? Right, I love that there's literally instantly 2 polar opposite opinions about the raid. Hell yeah, good day, new raid comes out, raid fucking dog shit. Wait, you're already in gate 3 and it came out today. That's a bit wild, no? Yeah, I think like one thing I've been noticing, like this is what I've been saying over the last like few weeks, is my approach towards games is very different to how it used to be last year. I noticed this when I logged into WoW and I started playing WoW a little bit. And like it just felt very different, so again I can't say exactly if it was external influences that made the game less fun or what, but your MP was in your static list. Wait, I thought you had a static. I thought you were doing like a Khan and stuff with them, whatever it was. Or was that so long ago? It's thingy. Join the GMs for some practice matches in Arena of Solare for the next hour. It's kind of cool how the gems do so much in this game, though. Oops. That wasn't a thing before. They didn't used to do anything. shit. Slowcast nice. Wait, what is the new raid though? Like, what's the boss? Ah, beautiful. Taming is gate 1, then Guardians, 8 other Guardians, then gate 3. Okay. Is it hard? Or is it like one of those like intermission raids where it's like kinda easy? Why didn't focus? Silver here is like 2.0 billion silver an hour. G3 is pretty hard. Well, the first two I guess are like a walk in the park then. Oh. Oh yeah, didn't like Thaymane and shit be like the same or whatever? Or like some other bosses. I remember it was in Korea, they got like the hard version and hit the rest of the world or whatever, and it was like piece. G3 is gate 3. It's the way Lost Ark does its oops. Does its raiding. Yeah, instead of like certain bosses, they call it gates instead. Oh shit, wait, I didn't do that. Oh yeah, I saw you got the pink dolphin. Wait, how much did you get for it when you traded it in? Is it like 3 or 4 bill or some shit? Quite a lot, no? 4 bill, yeah. Crazy, dude. Congrats. Raiding's funny. I mean, if you have fun, you have fun. Like it. It's all that matters, right? If I can get one pink boy, if you get one pink dolphin a day, I sell all my gear and I just fish. Get back in no time. Doo-doo. "27 seconds. Sell Charizard. True. You're right. Yeah, I don't know where the buff was. It's over there, I think. There it is. Just before it expires. Nice. Oh man. Hey, dog shit game, dog shit, everything. At the end of the day, people always say stuff is good or bad, right? Like, that's why it doesn't really matter what someone says about something. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Like, there's nothing more to it. The amount of people that have asked me why I still play Black Desert, or that complain that Black Desert's a shit game. So, a lot of those people also like to just complain about everything, so. I don't know, but it's very difficult, like one thing I noticed a lot over my last, like, few years of playing games, I really just do not want to interact, like, on a very, like, a prolonged basis with people that are just perma-complaining. I think perma-complaining is, like, the worst thing to do. It makes, like, people very unfun to talk to and interact with. Like, it's like meme shit, right? And like complaints in general are fine, I think. But when someone's entire existence is complaining, it's the most boring shit ever. I just like roll my eyes and I just go, okay. The game's not doing good right now? Yeah, okay, and right, you know. You don't like this class? Okay, nice. You don't like this? You don't like this? Yeah. Like, I say the same thing to people every time. If you're someone who's like cut, like your existence is like complaining, you should just take a break from the game. Yeah, no, Twist, don't worry. But it's like I read it sometimes, right? Like I'll look into like random discords that I'm in. And I'll see people like just hate on, like, it's not even just BDO things, it's like every game. Right? And I just kind of sit there and I kind of go like, well, then what's the point in playing the game if you hate the game so much that you type fucking 25 messages a minute about how the game's awful and not fun and this. Then take a break from the game, dude, you know, I don't know. Or review how you play the game, or... Because all that happens eventually, if you're just someone that like complains 24/7, all that happens is that people just roll their eyes and get bored of interacting with you, and then less and less people want to talk to you. Like, you can be a really nice lad, or really nice lass, right? But if you are literally just 24/7 complaining, people just will not want to talk. Or like, say when you're like 24/7 angry as well. Like, someone's like shouting, screaming all the time on voice, I have zero care to interact with you. Like, actually screaming, not just like being Wibbles, you know? Like, Wibbles is retarded, so he screams a lot. But like, if someone's like genuinely mad and frustrated and angry, I have zero care to interact with you. So... Oh yeah, the over positive is also negative too. If you're talking about people being that are just being overly negative, you also have the polar opposite, which is overly positive, which are fucking awful to talk to as well. Can't stand overly positive people either. Like the ones that literally can never ever say a single, like, even just like a minor criticism about the game, right? Like, not a single minor criticism about the game, ever. So, they're like the worst people. Problem is that we aren't getting the good MMOs. We remember the golden era 2005. Yeah, but MMOs back then were shit though. Dude, I played MMOs my entire life basically. They were only viewed so good because people were limited and like information was not accessible. So a lot of people based off their own personal like opinion, right? Whereas nowadays people don't base things off their own personal opinion; they base off what other people say. Like let's say for example, we still had the same lack of communication with people, where a lot of the people are using stuff like IRC. You know, you were using stuff like, let's say MSN back in the day and all this kind of shit. Or you're using like Vent and Mumble and stuff like that, right? To spread information. And the only people you really spoke to are the people inside your close friends group. Then your opinion about games would be very different to how they are now. But because people can access so many different people's opinions, and some people are just blatantly just negative for the sake of being negative. Because you get more attention if you're negative towards something. Like, yeah. Yeah, forums was basically where you saw the fucking shit about things, right? But forums are viewed as like a retard central location. So, it's like if you go to the forums, you're just gonna read complete stupid ass retards. And now the comments that people make, like what we would view as forum comments, are now on Discord, and people now view those as like biblical statements. So. The WoW combat back in 2004, or just like old WoW combat, is very different feeling. Some people prefer it, some people don't, but it is very good, yes, that's true. But overall, in terms of comparison to nowadays, like, it's obviously a very slower system, right? But I think having both accessible is very good. It's why I think having WoW and Classic run at the same time together is very good, because you have two different kind of players. And they slowly bleed over each other. So, which is always really good, right? Even if it's only slightly casual wise, but... You had longer attention span and passion when it comes to games and the energy they were putting on the games that changed. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can take a look at the way games were developed. But I think this is more of a single player problem than a multiplayer problem when it comes to things like that. Because multiplayer games now, people are way more like into, in the sense of like, let's say for example there's something to find or something to collect in a game. People are more likely to do it now than they were before, because the information's accessible, because they can discuss it, because they can do things like that. And this basically means that developers need to cycle through content faster, because players burn through content faster too. But I think that's overall good, because if you compare previously, some patches and some updates in some of the games were like, I mean, take BDO, right? It took what? Like, at one point it took like a year or something for Nuva to be added to the game. Or things like this. Like the actual content elements of the game, like the features of the game and stuff like this, previously were added in like no time, were added in like years. Was it like a year for Manos or something, which was like a complete game changer or some shit like that to be added to the game? So the developers being forced to update their shit faster is better, because people cycle through content faster, which means they need more content on players drop, so. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's better now than it ever was before. I think before, developers were allowed way more time to do whatever they wanted, whereas now they're on a strict like timer essentially. And I think one of the big turning points of that is the mass exodus of WoW into Final Fantasy. When it hit WoW so hard that they bled like fucking millions and millions of players. But that was really good, because then the game takes a different direction. Because WoW was a prime example of the devs thinking that they know what they want, what the players want, but it's not what the players want. So, The fact that players have more input in games now than before is a million times better, and they're forced to it because of the way that the attention spans are nowadays. So, you want the also about people that then also play. I remember the time we alarm clocks to run to ogres. Which could play in lifetime. Yeah, but that's just like a personal thing, though, no? Like, that's got nothing to do with the game. That's just how players play the game. Because you can do the same right now. You can set an alarm clock for around pig and go grind for pig at the early hours of the morning. Things like that just come down to the mentality of the players more so than the changes to the game. Oh, but I think that comes down to more of that Black Desert has become more of a casual game over the years than a you must play 20 hours a day, which is why its audience has grown. Yeah, so like if the devs still developed this game how they did years ago, this game would probably be in a similar situation that Lost Ark's in. Actually, I think it might even be worse because Lost Ark has like a unique element to it. That it's like successful in Korea, like very successful in Korea. So. Like I like the fact that devs are having to release content. Years and years ago in games, it was fucking, yeah. Like communication, it made massive differences, good and bad. Like some people hate it because now meta exists. But I mean, in my opinion, like communication overall is a good thing. So. Like metagaming is kind of like standard now, yeah. So. Like some people just really don't like the idea that that people are like, oh, this is shit, so I'm not gonna play it. I understand to the ideal spot in Node War and send workers secretly at night might have been fun, but death was a way of the time in terms of what you need to be competitive. Was that fun? I don't know if I find staying up at night to send workers to a node fun, but maybe a different versions of fun, I guess. That sounds like super obnoxiously tedious to me. And technically, it still exists right now because you need to be placing the second the timer ticks, or the PvE alliance steal the nodes. So you need multiple people. I guess right now it doesn't because it's occupation, but when it's construction, you need multiple people awake so you can have multiple offices in different locations to place. So. Yeah, but those things don't exist only because the game's changed in that manner, right? Accessibility. Because staying awake at early hours of the morning just wasn't a good thing. Well, actually, you could even argue that it's technically not even changed, like overall, because the staying up is something that you do anyway. So it's just you don't send the workers. So. PvE Alliance, my goats. Dude, I've been seeing some really weird images come out recently. A lot of like Discord messages without context. Very weird. About the PvE Alliance. Yeah, pretty much communication changed the way that you view games, right? Like, some people would be playing classes that they like the visual look of completely if the if information didn't exist. So. Kugab, I will kick you from the guild if you suggest that again. Smile. I see a message. I see a message, you little rat. If they were doing it in a harmless way, I wouldn't mind as much. But they're doing it in a purposely offensive way, so... Well, I don't think that's like... That's not the same as like general information. Because a lot of the stuff was hidden in Black Desert anyway. So like BDO is not really an example of like information becoming more accessible through the means of players, per se. Because the only reason we started getting more information was because someone data mined and released it. So... Like nowadays it's a little bit different because they've changed the data in game, but Black Desert back then was... There was a lot of people figured shit out but didn't release any information, so... Because it was a loss for them to tell other people how to do shit. Like when I mean information, I mean like communication between players, yeah. Like a good example is WoW. When you take a look at WoW, when you look at like vanilla WoW and then like the release, the amount of information that's so much more accessible that people were just like running BIS gear. All the dungeons were pushover, raids were dominated in like no time at all, and all this wouldn't be possible if there wasn't information. Yeah. Like the way that people played before was so different. So. But BDO just had hidden like straight up secret information, so it's a little bit different. Yeah, but Black Desert stuff, a lot of it was based off what feels. Which is why there's so much information was wrong in Black Desert when the game came out in our region. Like, so much shit was wrong from JP. And, Kia. Because it all just came from what he said, she said. So... Like, when Black Desert came out in our region, we didn't even get proper patch notes. We got a forum post that said roughly what happened sometimes. And half the time they didn't list all the changes. So your class could have gone nerfed and you had no idea. Unless you like looked at the values or you were like farming and then you felt slow while farming. So. But that's just because of PA's, not PA, Cacao incompetence. Cacao is complete dog shit. Yeah, so anything that has Cacao on its name, just avoid. I don't think I've seen a single game that's Cacao like all over it that I've enjoyed. Or like looked forward to. Like after I like spoke to these people, like the CMs and GMs from Cacao and shit, it's so bad. Half of them had no idea about the game, dude. Like I said, when the head person who's communicating with PA doesn't even know what a node war is, that's like, you know, that's a bit wild, right? Bro, people were duplicating weapons because of support for like fucking ages. So many people duplicated like their Penzaka and Pendandy and then just sold it. Because support is fucking stupid. And you used to always contact German support because German support is dog. Like they had no idea what the fuck they were doing. Like the English support would deny a request, you send it to German support. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. And they will just say yes. So everyone just used to translate their message to German and send it to German support and they just action whatever you asked. So oops. Yeah, like crystal restorations, right? When you're limited on crystal restorations, before because the German support team were like actually just completely non-existent. They either didn't care or had no idea what the job role was. Whether you mailed them, they would just action. So when you used to, so what people used to do is they used to say that they use the you know the weapon transfer coupon on the wrong character. You'd contact German support, they'd send you the weapon back, the coupon, and then the actual like thingy, and you'd essentially duplicate your Zaka. And then you'd sell the duplicated Zaka so it didn't matter anymore. And so many people got away with this kind of shit. So it's like the thing with those Vipers or whatever it was as well, where someone got sent like thousands of Vipers, but the idiot decided to show and brag about it and then got completely nuked after. Like so much shit went under the radar because nobody spoke about it. There's always German support team, dude. I think French support was a bit weird at one point as well because if you knew a GM from like a meetup and stuff like that, or you contacted certain GMs, they would like prioritize your ticket. If you're like, hey mate, I reported this guy. Can you look into it? And then, you know, there'd be like giga priority and shit like that. It was so bad, dude. Good old times, yeah. It's one of the reasons that a lot of people do stuff like exploits now because it feels like PA don't ever punish anything. Like I saw there was like a bit of controversy over the last few days because Quizage got banned, right, on his main account, and then he streamed AOS on an alt account, and people were super pissed because he just basically just laughed in PA's face. That's pretty much how people are saying it. So. Like some people are pretty annoyed by that. I was reading posts about it. Well, the ban evasion area is kind of grey for PA. It's like a very grey area. I don't know if they action proper punishment against ban evasion, from what I understand. So, which is really weird because every single game that I play, if you got banned or you're on a timeout or something, You log a new account and they will send that account as well. Or even Strinova, dude. The fucking gacha anime game that has like a few, like 50, 60,000 players or something. Like if you smurf, sorry, if you get banned and then you log a new account and they know it's you, they'll hardware ban you. So. Oh no, dude. Oh, also, speaking of stuff like smurfs and stuff, Valorant is taking action against people that are smurfing. And from what I was reading, their plan is to essentially remove smurfing from the game. Same as what Dota did. And I really hope Riot take the same action to League, bro. I hope they completely nuke smurfing in the game. Like, remove it completely. But yeah, Riot released a video about Valorant. They were upgrading to like Unreal Engine 5 and stuff like that, right? And then they did like another rundown about it. And smurfing is a really big problem in the game because people are purposely deranking or purposely, you know, causing mass problems. So now they've added a new report system in the game called matchmaking abuse. Where if that person shouldn't be at that rating or that person is not the person on the account and stuff like that. Like if you know, if one person, you know, they lose like 50 games in a row, then all of a sudden they're going 41 every single game. You know, it's obviously not intended, right? So they're taking action against it. So yeah, but those kind of players now, what's gonna happen with this new report function, you can report them for matchmaking abuse and they'll get sent. So it's Valorant team taking a stance against Smurfs. Also account sharing as well. They're looking at potentially adding like I forgot what it's called. But basically making it so only you can only access that account if it's you. So to stop, because apparently people sharing accounts is a very, very, very big problem. And it also stops people boosting through people's accounts as well. So it seems like they're doing a pretty big push on stopping people sharing accounts and boosting. So if you have one person that's obviously boosting someone, you can now report them and they'll both get sent. I can't wait for it to come to League, bro. Oh my lord. I beg Riot, bring that to League. Let me report these fucking awful supports being boosted. Get them sent, dude. But yeah, like, I mean, Dota takes a very strong stance against Smurfs, right? Dota do not like Smurfs at all. You know? Like, someone's smurfing your game, bro, you fucking send them, right? But I think smurfing for the longest time kind of got through the cracks because people use it as an excuse. Right? Like, high elo players being like, oh, but I need, like, a second account so I can test an off-roll in League. Or I'm too high elo for my friends, or stuff like this, right? Fuck them, bro. Get fucked. Get out of my game. So hopefully Riot move this attitude from Valorant across the League, bro. That would be wonderful. Because I think Smurfs in League are probably one of the most toxic things in the game. It's probably the same with Valorant as well. Like, a lot of people probably don't do ranked because as soon as they do ranked, they'll walk into a Smurf and they never want to touch ranked again. And one thing that's very common as well is a lot of Smurfs are toxic players. So... well, I mean, with Valorant, it's a little bit crazy, right? Because some of the Smurfs can rip apart your entire team in seconds. Right? So... like League, for example, you can have a Smurf that like micros and macros and stuff like that. But with Valorant, you can have a Smurf that unironically just taps your entire team in like 2 seconds. Right? So... Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. The post I was reading about it pretty much said like, they want to make it so that when you're being competitive in the game, you know, when you're like trying to push your rank and stuff like that, it feels like you're actually fighting against people that you should be fighting against, so you feel yourself get better, and it feels like less hopeless. Because if you fight against a Smurf, and you're, let's say you're doing ranked, right? You've had like 5 good games in a row and you feel like you're getting better, and then you go literally 0-15 next game. The person just perma one-taps you, controls the entire map, kills everyone, and you're like, well, fuck that then. You know? I should play at Fogan, because it's good silver, while I'm also doing a guild mission. Send him, bro. Fuck all Smurfs in the game. I think I might have to, yeah. I might have to, dude. I wonder how that would be received, but I think if they nuked Smurfs in League, I think so many people would be happy. Unless you're someone who obviously uses that or abuses it. Like, there's already this situation that's going off right now with Flex. Right? Well, it's been going on for years, which is why I always said that Flex matchmaking, Flex rank means nothing. Because people have been hardcore abusing Flex for fucking years. Where people are ranking up really fast by using Flex. So... Ah, it's so annoying, dude. Nice, see the poke and iframe my damage. Oh, I healed. Bro, I beg. Rat. Have you seen the new Unreal Valorant QGAP? They're using Unreal Engine 5 apparently to well, they're the graphic updating all of Valorant. They're upgrading all of Valorant to Unreal Engine 5 because apparently it's going to help with frame issues. It's going to help with like visual clarity or something as well. But apparently it's going to be a massive patch when it eventually comes out. They're going over the like finalized parts to it now. Nice. Wait, actually, we've watched the video, but... Yeah, Twitch, when you type stuff like, are you retarded? Twitch will ask you if you actually want to send it. You get like messages from Twitch now being like, are you sure you want to type this? This is toxic. Are you sure this is the behavior you want to display? Didn't ask you? Nice. Because you already said yeah. Oh. Like a telling got a warning. It sent me a message on Discord. Wait, what does it say? It says, are you sure you want to send this? Stop being retarded. Your message may contain words that could be considered offensive or disrespectful. So.
It feels like something good is going to happen today.
You get plenty of those, yeah. Whenever you type anything that that Twitch might think's offensive, dude. Hell yeah. What you're saying isn't fact, retard. Nice. Do I just buy this? It's an outfit, right? I wish I could sell these, by the way. I'll give them away to people. I really wish I could. The first Crush outfit is out. Yeah, I have it. Look. Look how cute it is when it's dyed black and white. You even have a little look at the cute little purse, dude. With a black desert on it. The shoes are kind of shit though, but it's a really nice outfit, yeah. Wait, I wonder how PvP is gonna look today. Wait, is today 55 or 75? It should be 55, I think, right? Or 50, man? Wait, I can literally check. 55 today. So Uncapped should be popping today, right? Everyone should be on Uncapped today. So I actually might be able to have a good spectator node war today. Oh, you can do. I think you can buy a deal, Coogap. I could be wrong with this statement, but I think you can buy a deal. Oh, it's just classic outfit, never mind. Oh, you can buy 3 of them, that's what it was. It wasn't 2, it was 3. Never mind. I need to. I mean, it's true, yeah. That's true, yeah. You could have like 50 guilds sign up and then the fight be fucking terrible because there are all the guilds everywhere. Hey, baby. No, it's perma. You don't need to buy it right now. What they might do, by the way, they might also give it away in the future for free. Because they've given away like every one of these perma outfits for free, right? So, like the Looking Frosh is probably one of the next one that comes out for free. I forgot how much your fucking ass and tits jiggle in this outfit. So, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Right now, I'm just munching my food while we basically have to wait for Node War. You love? Is there another red player shit? Hmm. Well, you have the first crush, which is this, right? Then you have Then you have the no, not lovely bloom, but the looking fresh shit. Then you have this one, which is perma in the game now. These have shoes, like sneakers, and a little black spirit buddy. We have backpack. And then you have Summer Breeze, which is like the summer dress outfit with shoes. I think the main ones though. Oh, how's your Solar going, dude? You having fun? Well, you don't need to buy it on your LAN. You just use the box that they give for free in the future. For your LAN. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Red players are always the same. Attack you from behind, kill you once, leave. So it's... Insta preset slot so you can fight back a red player ganking. Yeah, shut up for it, dude. Imagine it. They attack you from behind, you V. You go out of V, you press one button, you're in full PvP, you fucking send them, bro. Sound like the Virgin they are.
Tell me whatever troubles you anytime. I'm like your close friend.
Yeah, they run large amounts of evasion and tanky build because in PvE gear you don't have the gear to kill them. It's like the Musa players. It's like the Musa players that harass Homling. There was like some red Musas, like 2 or 3 of them, that would attack Homling for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. And they ran full evasion gear, so all the players there don't hurt them. That's why when Italian got killed once, I went to help him. I nearly 2-shot the Musa because I had an accuracy setup, and he insta-channel swapped. Ran away instantly, bro. Red players are fucking gigapusses, I swear. Virgins. Again, the only red player I respect nowadays is like Sklemmer, so. Because he actually tries to PvP. But it'd be fine if they didn't leave after 1 kill. But they leave after 1 kill for obvious reasons, right? Because then after 1 kill, you put real gear on, they can't kill you anymore. All the clocks in the movie Pulp Fiction are stuck on 420. Wait, is that true? Wait, I want a fun fact. Fun fact. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Apollo 7 mission was the first astronaut ice cream flew in space. However, it was so unpopular amongst astronauts it was retired from the menu after only 1 trip. Damn. You go town as SWAT because they won't let you to your... Yeah, basically, yeah. Alright, have fun, Cougar. Don't get farmed too hard. Drama? What drama? It's like they're gonna get banned soon, bro. Valorant's doing a giga push, so it's all good, don't worry. Oh no, I just finished grinding on my Musa. We went Heidel. And we were talking about the Valorant changes that are coming. And how I want them to be applied to League. to nuke all these complete creatures. Wait. Global Lab is tomorrow? Wait. Wait a second, wait. So it says no Global Lab on June the 6th. There'll be no Global Lab maintenance on June the 6th. The next schedule will be June the 13th. But the details for the next week update will be revealed on June the 5th. So there's no Global Lab on Friday, and they're releasing it tomorrow instead, the notes. I just got pinged about it. Wait. Oh, yeah, I'll show you guys. I'll show you. Where is it? Window capture. So there you go, boys. No Global Lab maintenance on June the 6th. So there'll be no Global Lab on June the 6th due to the holiday season. It's Memorial Day, right? That's why. The next scheduled maintenance will be on 13th of June, and then the maintenance will be held every week on Fridays. The interesting part is, I don't remember the last time they brought the notes a day early. They usually just skip that Global Lab. By the way. Like, I am 100% sure they just skipped the Global Lab. For them to bring it a day early, this must be actually a proper Global Lab, no? Or it's such a minor Global Lab that they can just release the notes anyway. So it's one or the other, yeah? It's either completely dead so they can release the notes, or it's a Giga God Global Lab. So... But even on dead days, they don't do this. They never bring it forward. Which makes me think it's kind of an important Global Lab. If it's a minor one, they usually just like wait till the week after. Biggest Global Lab ever update tomorrow? Holy... I mean, PvPness in middle of Solari would be very good, though. Let's take a look at the Solari right now. Let's see. Rankings. Sage, Zerka, Sage, Warrior, Sage, Sork, Hush, Hush, Sage, Mystic, Sork, Tamer, Sage, Sage. They did, but I guess emergencies might count though, dude. Because if you look at this right now... Wait, what is the... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6 out of the top 15 are Sage. Oh wait, yeah, Valley of 4. Wait, good, wait. Good call, good call. Let me see. So, an A, Sage, Hash, Musa, Sage, Hash, Tamer. There's an Awakening Drac in an A? Oh, he's only played like, never mind, he's played like no games. Bro, it's... Asia really love Mystics, don't they? Holy shit. Asia's a little bit more spread, kinda, but they have more gauntlets and warriors. I also heard that warrior's completely broken, by the way. Even though the warrior streamers will tell you this class is bad. That this shit can one-shot you with E-buff Reckless Blow, whatever it's called. Right, they just insta-kill, like 100-0, you're dead. So... Look at rank 1 and rank 2 win rate and a name. On 32%. I mean, this is just win streaks, no? Like, yeah, Mystic, Sage, Hash. Nerf Mystic, bro. I beg. Send Mystic down fucking 10 flights of stairs. You know what? I said this every single season of Slar, even just general PvP. Mystic is way more oppressive for me to fight than a Striker. Even though Strikers are super obnoxious and almost impossible for me to kill, I have so much of an easier time against a Striker than Mystic. Mystics just stick to you like glue. Right? She fucking insta-kills me with like full tank setup. If she doesn't insta-kill me, she can down smash reset me. She has vacuum, which forces both my teleports. Because, like, there's often times where one teleport's not enough because the vacuum pulls you back in because of the animation. So I'm forced to be on both TPs and then she just chases me and grabs me. I don't know. I really dislike Mystic, bro, in PvP. I dislike Mystic, I dislike Sage, I dislike Hash. So... everything kind of one taps of this gear. Wait, are there any strikers here? Wait, that's a good question. All the strikers are 1800 in KR. 1800. 1800. Yeah, all strikers seem to be around 1800 in every region. Apart from NA. Apparently NA strikers aren't very good. Because they're 200 rating less than everyone else's. He's obviously not the most accurate data, right? We'd have to log the region, but... wait, are the witches popping off in NA? Oh. Oh. Not looking too hot, I guess. The crazy thing is, in NA, an Awakening Lan is second highest rated. I guess you just grab one shot. Wait, Aviel is ranking up in NA as well. It is a bit wild, dude. Rank 6 Sage is Quizarge in NA. Well, this. Isn't it supposed to be banned? Smile. Kind of crazy, dude. But it's what I said at the start of the season. I said it feels like this season is going to be worse than the other seasons. Because it's going to feel like iframe DPS at the top. And iframe DPS being at the top is not a fun Solar season for me personally. If you're an iframe DPS, probably having a blast. But iframe DPS are very, very, very obnoxious. And they're very hard to punish. I mean, bad ones obviously you can punish, right? But good ones are super obnoxious. Sorks, Hash, Sage, fucking Megus. Pain in the ass classes. Yeah, but the thing is, Deadeye, Zerk, Megu, I could at least hit them, right? The problem with Sage, Hash, and Sork is that I can't hit them. which means I can't apply pressure, which means I can't create space for myself, which means I can't go glass cannon because they outtrade me, and it means if I go tank, then I can't trade them anyway because they do more damage. It's one thing I noticed when I started playing a few games, and every single game had a Sork, Sage, or Hash. Or Megu as well. And there is like little to nothing I can do to these classes. And it feels very, very, very bad to play. Wait, the Musa player is playing Sage, and Pot Kovaru is... Okay, then you know it's Giga Meta broken, dude. If these two players are playing it, this guy was a Musa one-trick, no? There's a lot of Tamers as well. Tamer is really strong this season. Although I still feel Tamer's the strongest 1v1 in the game, so... Even though there's not crazy amount of Tamers. Yeah, you literally, you linger your iframe, you grab someone, and you just insta-kill them. Powell? Holy moly. The reroll king. No longer Valk, dude, smile. Wait, there's a lot of wizards, but where's all the witches? Wait. Where's all the witches? Wait, who's the highest ranked witch right now? Wait, you told me that witches only played like 20 games? 11 games? Oh no. Oh no, dude. I guess nobody wants to push on witch this season, smile. Nice. Bro, all the wizards are super high rank. But it's more than likely because of the fireball and the new passive. This is what I said, right? This is what I said to all the wizards. I said this to Zero. I said this to Huntler. That the buffs to wizard are crazy, crazy strong with that new passive change. And they didn't believe me and they thought wizard got nerfed. Fucking, I swear, dude. Like, I showed them the comparison of what this basically enables them to do now. Like, they lost 3% evasion shred, gained a magic DP on Aqua Jail, right? But they get so many more major skills out. Yeah, Awakening Wizard's really strong as well. Blast hard. Like, both wizard specs right now are very, very strong. So... There's such a mass difference between Witch and Wizard right now with a passive change. It's crazy, dude. Like, Witch is the one that if you want to grind, but if you want to PvP, you go Wizard. I know it's been this way for a while, but it's like now more reinforced. Like, the passive buff that they got is so crazy. No, Wizard is very strong, Awakening Wizard. They can do a shit ton of damage. That's true, but Wizard, that's true. Wizard isn't... I still think that Wizard is probably better than Witch at Darkseekers because of the cooldowns, but I don't have the gear to test it, so... Because if you can have your Meteor up for every pack and Earthquake Destruction, you should be able to completely nuke the big lot guy before he even turns around, right? And you place it, and you utilize your, like, non-bursty skills to get your cooldowns back, essentially, so... And they've got the Magnus skill, which counts as fire, right? So their Meteor's back up faster. Because the buff to Meteor does crazy damage, like, yeah, I know. In my head, Wizard feels stronger than Witch at DSR, but... It would need someone to, like, optimize it. So... Oh, yeah, that's true! Yeah, they get... Wait... They get fucking cooldown reduction on this, right? Diffuse. Or focus. This is completely broken in PvE, by the way, on Witch. And I assume it's the same on Wizard. This shit hits like a fucking truck. But it's 30-second cooldown, so it's way too long. It should be like 18 seconds for Witch, I think, instead of 30. 30-second cooldown on this skill is just very sad. Because we can't reduce it. So... Like, I was hoping they would make it 18 like Meteor. Basically, right? Or something like that. A Wizard can have their 30 and then their Giga cooldown reduction on it, but no. It feels not too good right now. Anything about 10-second PvE feels awful. Well, I mean, true, but Mage's entire kit is like cycling through shit, right? So I don't mind my Meteor and like my big lightning skills being longer cooldowns because it's like thingy. It had too much impact in PvP if they were shorter, I think so. And I always have something to press on Suck Witch anyway, so. She has so many different skills. Wait, let me pull. I want to pull my Drak back. Let me do that while I'm just waiting right now. Dude, I really want to know what's a Global Lab tomorrow now. Now I'm excited to see Global Lab. Fuck. The fact that they brought it forward a day makes me really curious about it. Because normally they just skip. They would just skip the Global Lab. When it's a holiday. They don't post anything. Or at least if they post it, they post on here, right? Like, it's gotta be something important, no? Like, I'm 100% they would just skip. Like, I'm so confident they would just normally skip, dude. My god, I keep pressing AD. Wait, what was the repeat of last week? What happened last week? I mean, the like 5-page note. Wait, what was the Global Lab last week? I don't even remember it, so it must have been a very small Global Lab, no? Oh yeah, they like buff the XP on mobs and stuff, right? And they buff trolls. Yeah, that was it. Oh, in all fairness, the Solar change is good. Right, they're bringing back the ruins, but they're removing fire and water buff and the spheres, and they're making it so only the green buff heals the person who kills it, not your entire team. Like, these buffs here are really actually very good for Solar. Like, very good for Solar, actually. So, like, this map without the spheres blasting you and no red and blue buff anymore is actually a pretty cool map. Oh yeah, they they buff will bosses as well, right? Yeah, I remember. They buffed will bosses. They buffed. They made them rarer, but you get more loot from them. And they buffed the XP from Fadez Bassi. Hell yeah, dude. Bassi Garrison. Centaur, Pilaku, Crescents, Kadri, Sulfur, and Gaz. Like, I yeah, I don't know, bro. And they made ogres and trolls basically faster and better. You can now attack faster, you can stomp, you can jump. You have like a jump attack now instead of a roar attack. And trolls now have a run swing. And when they dash attack now, they now stomp, stomp, and jump. Now I wonder if that's CCs. Also, by the way, this mentions about occupation. This is the one thing I was curious about. Does this mean you can now ogre and troll someone in occupation Node Wars? They added the filter. UI changes. But yeah, last week's global I wasn't that big. Aye, aye, aye. How far is this fucking run, bro? I swear, what the fuck? Yeah, they know time to bring back trolls and ogres. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say they nerfed elephant to make trolls and ogres a new elephant, dude. Imagine you're in siege, right? And you've got what, 2 or 3 elephants ramming you, and now you have a troll and an ogre also ramming you as well. You get them from killing trolls and ogres, right? They have like a, it's like an item that drops. Do I need to have nodes connected to get max XP from trade crates? Someone in chat could tell you that. I don't know. I don't know trade shit. I'm honestly not, like, I don't know how XP works on trade crates, bro. Oh, there you go. Dave's a pretty smart lad when it comes to stuff like that, so interests what he says. I know what they're gonna do tomorrow. What they're gonna do tomorrow, dude. Add trolls and ogre to Elvia drop pool. Wait. If they added trolls and ogre drops to like actual grinding spots, that's gonna be miserable for Siege and Node Wars, by the way. Because then every fucking Dave is gonna have one. Not Dave. First thing that came to my head. Every random... What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Huh? Fun. I don't know what the fuck that is. What? What am I doing? It's a mini side quest. Hey, where's the last chest? Oh, it's here. What do you mean retry? I know where they are. Oh, never mind. That's not the right one. Wait, what? Oh. Did I do it? Oh, what? Whatever. Why else would they buff them? That's true, actually. Yeah, wait, give me a quest. I'll do it later, bro. It's fine. Trust. I'll remember for real. I never forget things. Like, if they buff them, they usually like to buff the way you obtain them as well, right? So... And if that's the case, then yeah, they're gonna probably buff the drop rate of them or change the way they drop or where they drop. I'll bring my area of trolls and ogres to the next node war. Nice. Well, it looks like they can add them to occupation. Oh. Um. Let me see. Okay, let's move her back. Surrender. I tried mounting up just now, by the way. I tried pressing shift space bar like in WoW. Fuck my life. Yeah, I heard there was Giga Cringe Diplo this week in Node Wars. But we'll see today. All it comes down to today, dude. 1 hour and what, 17 minutes? And we get to see who is where today. Wait, I didn't sign up the guild by accident, did I? No. I thought I might have misclicked. Imagine, dude, imagine. But it doesn't matter. But if I accidentally place on uncapped, like if I misclicked it and it placed on uncapped, it could get rid of a really good potential fight. The more guilds that place, the less likely you'll have the same guilds in the same region. Oh. But back intentions in 6 other guilds. Bro, whenever I hear about that guild now, I just think of the screenshot I saw. It makes me, makes my eye twitch a little bit. Doo, doo. Oh, it's 30 minutes until I completely forgot about Vel. Vel in 30 minutes, lads. Wait, is it better to go solo? I think it's fast to go solo, right? Let me in. Thank you. I wonder how the cutscene's looking. Like how people are feeling about the cutscene right now. Like tier 2 shit. Because like guilds that were doing tier 2 had like giga fights every day, right? Hmm. What is Lethania for Dracania? Lethina. Dracania, D. Fuck is Dracania? Which is the Lithina. Lithina. Oh, it's this one. I don't like this outfit. The fuck is this? Wait, the sword's kind of cool though. It's animated. $39 CP. Yeah, but I'm not even logged into the game, so I don't get value from workers. Like in the same manner as someone keeps the PC on. Like when I'm doing BDO, I cross it off. I don't keep it open. Oh yeah, also I realized, by the way, I said this yesterday, the reason I had so many frame problems with Siege on Saturday was because I had something that was munching my GPU. You guys might want to check it yourself, by the way. So there's something called Desktop Windows Manager, and Desktop Windows Manager can eat like up to 30% of your GPU. And mine was eating like 31% of my GPU or something like that every time I loaded up a game. Right? And I was so confused on how to fix it, and I did so many different things to change it. And like before I reset my PC, and then I reset my PC, and all the changes I made got reset as well. So I was really curious why my FPS was really bad lately. I was like, it's not normally this bad. This is so weird. And then I realized it's because 31% or 30% or 29%, it's around that range, of my GPU was being taken by Desktop Windows Manager. It was, and then what I had to do to fix it, I had to turn on hardware acceleration in my settings. And then all of a sudden now it takes 0.2% of my GPU. So from the same GPU that remastered BDO takes of my GPU, Desktop Windows Manager was taking. So it was like I had two Black Deserts open at the same time on remaster with all effects on. Because for some reason Desktop Windows Manager just munches my entire GPU. I did a little bit of research about it, and apparently a lot of people encounter this problem, and different fixes for different people, but yeah. Definitely check. Like, go to your task manager, go to your GPU, and then make sure that if your GPU is too high that you don't have Desktop Windows Manager, like, completely fucking munching shit. So... wait, check other games on Discord. Other games? What? You talking about Deltarune? Bro, I don't stream those kind of games because the fan base is giga cringe as fuck. Like the Undertale fan base is just like the games are amazing. The story is really fun. But the Undertale fan base is like one of the worst fan bases in the world. It's fucking such a retarded fan base. Yeah, but I'm gonna watch someone play it instead. That's usually what I like to do with those games. No, not dude. Gacha fan bases are nothing compared to Undertale. Undertale is fucking, oh my lord. The Undertale fan base is so cringe, dude. Like someone, I remember reading before that someone did like a upload of it, like a YouTube upload of their playthrough on Undertale, and because they didn't play the game perfectly exactly how this person wanted it to, the guy sent death threats. How dare you play my Undertale game? How dare you attack this character? You didn't choose this option, you stupid dude. And then, like, worse than gacha players, bro. Like, edge players get angry about their 2D waifus or whatever, right? This guy was angry because the guy chose the wrong option that he didn't pick. Crazy shit. It's like, imagine playing like, what's it called? What was the game with Lee and Clementine? Fuck, what is that game called? Like the zombie game where you make choices and stuff like that. Those kind of games. Imagine playing one of those games, picking the wrong option once and someone wanting death threat you. It's crazy, dude. I know, some people are just fucking weirdos. Super weirdos. Do, 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 do. Okay, perfect. Okay, we have 1 hour and 20 minutes until Node War. No, Detroit Become Human's a different game, but it's the same concept where you make choices, right? Like, imagine if you chose the wrong thing with Connor in Detroit, and then someone instantly told you to, like, kill yourself or, like, in-game. Or, like, wish death on you and stuff like this. Oh, people are weird as fuck, dude. Let's see. Okay, is that done? Do we have time to grind? I don't really want to grind it now, though. There's nothing really else to do right now. No. What is it? Walking Dead. That's what the series is called. Dude, Walking Dead was super sad. I think I cried like 3 times watching this game get played through. Ugh. How they not choose Sage as your main in BDO? I mean, it's true actually, right? Maybe let's choose Sage. You heard PA killed RBF as well. Well, RBF's dead because they brought it back to Valencia City and it's only 20 players. Like, required to enter. So, but it's Valencia City. They moved Castle Ruins to Valencia City. The RBF that no one likes. But they did change the nerf, the thingy nerf. What do you call it? The debuff. Let me put like my normal PvP gear on. They made it so your DR can't fall, like, so I wouldn't be affected by the DR. Maybe if I had my bus on and stuff. They made it so you can't drop below like 650 DR or like 1000 evasion or something. So the buff does like nothing, but it's such an ugly map and a boring map that people don't care for it, so. No daily also kills the memento, yeah. I mean, RBF was popping, dude. Castle Ruins was what people wanted to do, and then they fucking slammed this shit into us. And next week, yeah, exactly, Dave. Next is gonna be Garma's Nest. With those stupid ass busts that you collect that make you fucking god for like 30 seconds or whatever. Oh. Ay. It's just I'm trying to make a change of it and it's just not working very well, so. Is there anything that's disappearing tomorrow, by the way, that I need to use? I don't think there is, right? I think I've probably used everything already, but. They're just the dice? Remove RBF to rework because no one's gonna play it. I mean, All they had to do was just keep Castle Ruins and work on Castle Ruins. The new Castle Ruins is so much better. Where you like teleport in, right? Make the zone camping buff bigger, right? So you can't camp at all anywhere near the zone. Like, at all, right? Make it just applied that you don't have to use a fucking wheel. That just auto applies like a zone of protection around the area. Boom. I had a lot of fun in Castle Ruins with the new version. Like, the new version is so much better than the old one. The fact you don't slide down into, like, a pit of, like, sorks and shit. Like... So... I think it's way better. Alright, gold bar box, lads. Here we go. Watch this. 1 bill. Boom! 1 billion silver. Thank you very much. 200 mil. Alright. Well, not 100 mil, I guess, so I take it. Do I have a gold bars? Time for tax. I actually have quite a bit of gold bars. The fuck? You missed the trade rework? They had like an idea, right? They had like an idea about trading at one point, like what they planned on doing, but it didn't go too hot. Wait, how many shards do I have on my Musa? I think I'm gonna hand in my thingies soon. 120. I have like 30 or 40 manas, I think, too. It was good till they really.
You can entrust your goods without worry, since it's an official trade.
I guess the nerf that they. Yeah, I was gonna say. They're really cautious about certain things, aren't they? Like, you have people grinding like billions of silver every hour, but they're very cautious about making life skills like really, really, well, not even really good silver, but I think they've had like some fucking trauma or something, dude. There's gotta be some fucking trauma. Okay, nice. I'm releasing Pighead next week. Trash is 1/3 and 1/3 of drops. Oh wait, Val, shit, I forgot. Anyone doing Val?
If you have a lot of stuff, leave it with me.
Can I move everything to every city? It should be fine, right?
Allowed space, of course.
Like the dawn essence that I get from Pig, I'm gonna use for my thingy, my upgrades. So, hey JJ. Who's nuking my market, bro? What virgins are doing this? Bro, you nuked my Dawn market, now you're nuking my River Necklace market? Bro. Bruh. 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 I don't make a lot of silver in this game anyway, at least leave me some markets. I beg. Ah, yikes. Broken these virgins, stop. Excuse me. Stop fucking nuking my market, you creatures. Ah, my silver. My silver. I'm sad, dude. I'm sad. How dare they? How dare they? How dare they? Do I actually have anyone doing well? Is everyone just grinding or AFK fishing? Ugh, dear me. Crazy, dude. I need to refresh the contracts on people, actually. Mm-mm. What was I gonna do? Shit. I completely forgot what I was gonna do. Holy shit. Oh, I can kill the bosses, actually. Oh, and finally, Griffin's respawning at the same time, because I killed Griffin after one node wall once, and it fucked up my timers. Let me do this. I forgot it's the PvE. I'll PP it, son. We have 1 hour 20, less than 20 minutes. 1 hour 12 minutes. I was gonna say, I can't even get pre-Diplo or anything, right? Because it's occupation system, so. Since you Elvira expert, what's up? I need jewels of power. What's your chance that I get? Depends on what the market's looking like right now. And if you're gonna do the Essence of Dawn, because right now Starlight is has been used by a lot of people and it fell down like a bill or something. So, but the Earring Cup is max price on the upgraded version, so depends. Like, it all depends on like what these creatures are doing to the market. Like here, for example, right? You got Callous Sun, which is a health and crit damage, and there's 20 of them, and it's 8.9 bill, right? Instead of 10 bill. So it's 1.1 bill silver down right now, yeah? Whereas you take the Moonbeams, obviously someone just sold this just now. But this is max price, right? 10 bill. So but same with the belt enchant as well. Belt is like 10 bill, right? So it seems like a lot of people nuked the ring one down quite a lot. But the belt and the earring is still doing decent, so. I'd have the damage in PvP build, sadly. Yeah, a lot of it just comes down to the market in that manner, but. I think you just ferret here, right? Yeah, we go Red Nose Bag, and then we'll do Muskan, then Dim, then Griffon. No, but it's in terms of the animations, not in terms of the damage that mana. Like animations and hits. Like for example, my Shy like blasts them completely, right? Or like I don't know anymore, but she used to like insta kill them. And my my PvP build will kill way slower because the animations are slower, and the hits are less than my PvP build. PvE build, sorry. Like my PvE build blasts them completely because I can pump out an extra skill or two. So, like casting Bolide. Wait, am I PvE build now? Actually, am I retarded? Wait, I didn't cast Bolide. Bro, I'm so brain melted. Like I stayed up pretty late last night, And I had to sort a few things out. Fucking hell, bro. Sometimes it feels like my brain left my head. Like I did fireball, explosion. I thought I was bowlighting. Shit. So I do my bosses. The thing, occupation kind of says because I don't need to like contact anyone. I don't need to like look around and stuff like that. Yeah, I think the RAP count, I think it's based on hits. Like the amount of hits that you do and how your animations are. Because my low level characters, or low level characters, but like my less gear characters, oh shit, don't kill it as fast. Sorry, sometimes can kill it faster than my main characters. So it definitely has something to do with like being AP counts, and it's just hits and animations. So. But at least all my rip bosses will be on the same time now, instead of being different fucking spawn times and shit. So that's good. But yeah, like I was saying, the downside of occupation is that I don't research, like I don't know who's going where really per se. You know, I don't really know what the Diplo is. I don't know who's gonna be fighting who. I have to wait until like 50 minutes before the node war and then be like, okay, let's spectate this, I guess. Let's spectate that, I guess. But at least they're easier to spectate because it's just focused on one node. Or like, well, not exactly. It's like tier 5 and tier 4, right? But, you know what I'm saying. I just hope it's not some like fucking boring fight, dude. Oh, I need to must get until he's done here. I hope it's not like 2 strong guilds or 3 strong guilds ally. And they just take like a node each and no one fights and they just exist. Because that's not really going to help the case of occupation being picked for more fights, so. Like the big argument between occupation and construction was that occupation gives more fights for people. For both the top guilds and the other guilds. But from what I've seen this week so far, apparently it's just been basically like killing PvE guilds. Or a few fights, but then the guilds are allying anyway, so. Yeah, I got told what happened with like Comfy and Mythic allying to deny you guys and shit. Like stuff like that, I don't know. It's just super cringe in my opinion. Like realistically, all you're doing is you're just harming the PvP player base. If you do shit like this, like if you do occupation and you just fight all the time, and all the guilds come together and they just fight, you know, completely understand that, right? But if you're doing occupation and then you ally each other or whatever, or try to deny, or if you're just basically like not really fighting, you're killing snipes, then why not just go construction anyway, and then you can at least have some control over it. Like, it's very confusing. So yeah, I think a lot of this stuff was just rage baiting. That's what it feels like right now. It doesn't really feel like a lot of the people really care about the system. They're just choosing occupation because it's the opposite of what people want, so it creates drama. That's what it feels like. I could be completely wrong, but it definitely feels that way to me. You know, like I've seen how sieges are, I've seen how node wars are, I've seen how guilds move, I've seen how guilds play. Like, well, again, I could be completely wrong, right? That people could genuinely enjoy occupation, but the way it's coming across right now is it just feels very spiteful from the top guilds towards the mid guilds. So What's the Diplo? There's no Diplo. But if it's something you don't do when you've been told why it's been chosen for you to understand the simple explanation. Because nothing supports the reasonings behind it. Right? Like, Occupation got chosen for more fights. But this entire week so far, we're on day... Today will be the 4th day of Occupation. But there's not been a single fight that couldn't have been arranged on Construction. If anything, Construction would have been more content in the fights. So that's why I don't understand. If the Occupation system was chosen for content, but you technically received less content than you would have with Construction, isn't that kind of like counterproductive, essentially? Like, RNG system is a factor, the element of RNG, but because the nodes rotate between 75 and 55, only the 55 days are viable for like the lower number guilds, which means 3 times a week you have content on Node Wars for Occupation and Uncapped, and 3 times you don't, yeah? Because it's 75, 55, 75, 55, 75, 55. So it means you have 3 potential fights throughout the week on guilds that don't pull 75 plus. Now, those guilds that pull around 55, I believe and Mythic went capped twice, I believe, because of the 75s, because they don't pull 75 from what I understand. So choosing Occupation system to have more content seems like it's more harmful for the content right now. Because now it separates Comfy, Mythic, Closed, and from fighting, no? Where they like Insomnia, Morale, and stuff like that. Because and Mythic have gone down to cap because of the 75 numbers. Or they should be on uncapped today, I assume. So today should be different, so... Did Occupation get chosen for more fights? Or got told to get chosen because guilds don't get Diplo? Yeah, that's essentially the same thing, though. For more fights because there's no Diplo for the top guilds. But the top guilds aren't really getting Diplo right now anyway with the new system. That's the thing I'm confused by. Because the thing about the Occupation system is that you can't even create Diplo amongst yourselves. So let's say, for example, if the top guilds, wanted to fight like once a week or something, they can on the Construction, but they can't on the Occupation. I don't know, man. The fact we Diploed every Occupation is kind of cringe. I understand cooking PvE Alliance, but yeah. Yeah, I mean... Diploing Occupation is just kind of, I don't know. Like you said, that's a little bit weird. Because you could have just done the same with Construction, though. So... Like, what fight has happened this week that was like a fight? What guild versus what guild this week that was like a fight? What happened yesterday? Who was fighting who? Because yesterday, I don't know. Yesterday I got told it was like... It was Listen Insomnia versus you guys. It was a 10-minute fight, 10 minutes went for the other four. Oh. Mythic versus Or is it a straight 1v1 Mythic versus I think the problem is... Oh, it's bad intentions, dude. It's grinding. You don't need to grind. You get bags, bro. It's fine. Like, the problem with this situation right now between the top guilds and the guilds like a tier below is that there's not a scenario that benefits both sides. And one side will take the one that's more favorable for them, and the other one will take the one that's more favorable for them for obvious reasons, right? So... The other node was Comfy plus Storm versus Morale. Yeah, Ramnus explained that there's been a lot of Diplo on the nodes. Yeah, but this Diplo isn't like Diplo for a fight. This Diplo is an attempt to deny. Like, was it... What day was it? It was Comfy plus Mythic versus Insomnia. To deny. Well, wait, was it Comfy, Mythic, and Storm versus Insomnia or some shit like that? Well... You deny them even getting participation in the node war. So they have to body throw for the 100 death kills, yeah? Mythic on uncap. I mean, I expect every guild to be on uncap today because it's 55 man. So... Like, every guild that's PvPing, that wants the PvP, will be on uncap today, I'd assume. Okay, nice. Like, sadly right now, I don't think there's a solution to benefit both sides. Because the mid-tier guilds aren't going to take fights with the top-tier guilds, and the top-tier guilds don't only just want to fight the top-tier guilds. So... I mean, today could be a good fight if everyone jumps in on thingy today. And there's hopefully not too many PvE guilds. Could be a good fight today. If we get good RNG, and everyone gets onto the same node, same region, sorry, it'd be giga. And actual fights could happen, right? Well, fights. I need to know if, I'm gonna see today if the occupation is how it was before. Where you basically, you chip down the fort, and then when the fort gets lower and lower, everyone just body throws it. We're still the same kind of approach. But if everyone's on the node today, we should see like constant fights, basically. And hopefully not too many forts. Because then people are just going to spread. So... Wait, you said it was versus Morale versus Storm yesterday, right? Because Morale got a node, so I assume that Morale won. Western Guard Camp. Diplo discussions, that's more than the PvP itself. Like I said, sadly there is not a solution for everyone involved. So... That is the good part though. The occupation does have the benefit, like Silly said, where you don't need to talk about shit for ages. That is a good part. Although talking usually happens during it, I assume, based on or just before in the 15 minutes. Considering the amount of Diplo that's happened this week between guilds, there's definitely talks that happen in the 15 minutes before. So, yeah, Morale vs Storm left, I guess, on the question mark, the non-question mark. Sorry, but I don't know what happened yesterday. I don't know if it was a close fight or not. I don't know how strong Morale vs Storm is. I mean, in my head, Morale should like steamroll Storm after I watched the Siege performance, but Siege is very different to Node Wars, so it should be like one-sided steamroll in my head. They did not. Okay. Yeah. I ain't doing that cringe Diplo. Don't make it better for guilds that already have been versed them by cooking them. Well, it's point scoring, right? That's the thing. It's the same reason that people try to lock other guilds out because they get a +1 against them. So, but all it does is harm your own content. Yes. Like if you purposely try to fuck over a guild, that guild's not gonna want to Diplo with you, right? Or play with you or fight you or anything like this. So, now there are extreme examples of this, where some people are really hateful towards certain guilds and really don't like certain guilds. And are very angry towards certain guilds, but there are other cases where it's like slightly understandable, where if you fuck over a guild constantly, they don't want to Diplo with you. But well, yeah, I mean, if you fuck over a guild multiple times, or you actively try to ruin a guild's node war, then they're not going to want to PvP with you or against you. Because they don't want to give you content because you've ruined their content in the past. That just makes sense, right? At least to me. Also, that's what people fail to understand. Trying to get occupation if you don't invite people to deals. We'll have to wait and see, though. Maybe something comes out of it. Maybe some handshakes happen and people get some deals together. I definitely think one of the biggest problems is like the rage baiting and stuff like this, and the drama. If you want like proper like organized PvP, I think the rage baiting and the drama baiting shit is like very negative for that. It's good for content from like watching point of view and all this kind of stuff, but I think rage baiting and like drama baiting and stuff like that nowadays is like negative, not positive for the PvP scene. I think the mentality of a lot of players have changed. Like, if there's drama with something, people just don't turn up anymore. Right? Before it was like, oh, we're going to do our best now to turn up and fuck these guys over. But I think now it's the opposite. I think if there's drama or rage bait, people just go, nah, I just don't want to talk to you. I just don't want to interact with you. So... it's all players when we're not going to be invited anyway. It's us versus bad intentions, lot node. I mean, I still don't know how the PvE Alliance hasn't had any action taken against them. This was the thing I was pointing out when I was last talking to one of the GMs. Like, what they're essentially doing is pretty much the exact thing that PvP guilds are doing in PI's eyes. Right? They're essentially disabling any opportunity to participate in PvP. And this is what PA viewed as mafia guilds in Korea, right? Because they were locking down nodes and no one could join them. So, technically, it should be viewed in the same manner because it's the same approach. Well, it's worse because they're hard locking down the nodes, so... like, to me, the PvE Alliance shit should literally get sent. Like... so... like, I think if the PvE Alliance wasn't a Cooklord shitfest thing and they got banned or sent or whatever, I think that would fix a lot of the problems as well. Because I think if this shit didn't exist, you'd have much more options available. You'd have different nodes available, and then certain guilds can go to certain nodes and other guilds go to certain other nodes. Whereas now, when they lock down like 1 or 2 nodes, you're kind of tunnel vision to a certain node. That means every strong guild wants to go on that node, and then obviously The mid tiers don't want to fight the strong tiers when it's every day, so. And the top tiers don't want to fight only the top tier guilds, because fighting the same guilds every day is boring. At least in my opinion. Yeah, the ban evaders is something, dude. The thing with Quizarge, like streaming on a second account after being banned, and apparently no action being taken against him is a bit wild, bro. Like, that's a bit wild. I'm still a firm believer, if you place on Node Wars, your guild should be deckable by any guild in the game. Like, if you literally place on Node Wars, you should be, like, deckable. Like, straight up. But even then, still, it's not really going to make a difference because they're just going to hide in safe zone anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So... Like, even decking guilds nowadays doesn't really matter because people just change channel. And if you harass someone to the point where they can't play the game, they just report you and you get banned. So... But that's the thing, right? Like... Nowadays, BDO, you can't really punish this PvE alliance because they'll either hide, even with war decks, they'll swap server, and if you are actually hunting them, they can report you and you'll get banned for stopping them playing the game. So the only way to stop this is to either remove the Node War buff or make certain types of guilds, kind of thing, right? And stuff like that, so... But even then, still, it's the same situation. You can war deck each other, but I don't think war decks will actually deter the PvE guilds. Like, I think even if you had war decks available and you could have perma war decks on the PvE alliance, I don't think they care. I think they're still just going to keep placing because it's easy money, it's a free buff, and it takes no effort almost from them because they're so used to it now. Yeah. Yeah, I genuinely think that war decks won't make a difference, sadly, nowadays. There's short cooldown swap, the amount of grind spots in the game. And like I said, if you are hard hunting someone, they can just report you. Increase the 100 KD to something realistic. Well, the problem with the 100 KD, I mean, I guess. People get way more KD in Node Wars, right? So... I don't even know how they could resolve it other than remove the Node War buff. But then these guilds will still place because of the money they get from the Node War. Right? Like these creatures are still going to place because of the bag. And at that point, if you nerf the bag, then you're nerfing the PvP players' income as well. Like, even removing the Node War buff is a kick in the face of the PvP players too. Even though it should also be available through different means, but... Like, literally, put the PvE buff in bosses, in dungeons and stuff like that, and I genuinely still think that these guilds will PvE... they'll still lock down Node Wars. I think at this point, I think it's too far gone that it's not just a buff thing anymore. I think that they love the money that they get from it, so... That is true, yeah, whatever numbers you sign up with... Depends on the deaths and shit. It would be nice if... Yeah, I was gonna say... If they removed it, it'd be nice because then people don't go, oh my god, I didn't get the 25 AP buff. I can't grind this today. Oh my god, we're going lower node today. That means my Node War buff is less. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, pretty much what Nilo said is what I agree with. I don't think there's a good or a bad side. I just think it's based on which side you're on. You're going to be more biased towards one or the other. Just because of how your content's affected by the game and the players in the game, so... Like, I know people are calling, like, Closed and all the people on Medaya villains, but they're doing what they want for the content in the game of what they want to do it, right? Let us invade other people's noble like invasion in Dark Souls. Well, that's what the occupation system does, no? Essentially. I mean, in fact, that's exactly what the occupation does. You can go invade different nodes. So... Like, I have friends on both sides, right? I have friends that like occupation, I have friends that hate occupation. People that are in endgame guilds, people that are in like mid, mid like tier 2 guilds and shit. And every person views it all differently, right? Because of the environment, because of how they play the game. And there's no like fair system for everyone involved, sadly. So, but I think fucking nuking the PvE alliance would be a good step forward. Even if it doesn't make a massive difference to like endgame PvP right now, I think nuking them and fucking them over for what they're doing right now is... it's so stupid, dude. So stupid. If I buy, is that people that quit because of the system that come back for the system that made them quit? But hey. Well, I think that I guess you're talking about yeah specifically. Because a lot of yeah members quit because of the node war system, from what I understand, right? So, but they're one of the advocates for it. But I think from Yes' point of view, I think that they just like drama and making people annoyed. I think that's more of the motivation. So again, pure speculation, but a lot of the players in Yer are very like funny driven kind of guys, right? So they like content and shit, so. But there was more than just a system wrong there too, like a whole different video game, massive part of the friend group play, which is not longer alive. So what you're saying, basically, the mentality of players changed, the approach that people take towards the game has changed, as well as the people involved in the game has changed, basically. I think mentality of players is a very big factor that's changed over the years. And I think it bleeds all over all aspects of the game. So, like they're turning Black Desert into a more of a casual game, right? Which doesn't require you to be like XYZ anymore. So, glazing of a source and 3v3 is happening. Wait, are you talking about when you guys used to fight like this node every week? You'd have like one guild here, you'd have one guild here, you'd have one guild over here, and then you'd have like one guild here, like one guild back here, and then one guild here. Most people want raid versus raid fights, everything else is cringe. I mean, I don't even think you can have 3v3s anymore in our region, no? Might the third node war variant. I mean, dude, we already have 2 node war variants. The third one will destroy. You know the thing that worries me, by the way? You know the thing that worries me? Is if they if they do something with Siege as well, which deters a lot of people. So, Sarsen 3v3 was cringe AF, doing same node, same day, every week with same guilds. Wowie. I mean, it was a very common thing as well, right? There was also a 2v2 that happened every week when the node war system came back. It was Medaya Northern Highlands, and it was Comfy, Necrotic, Insomnia, and Rat, yeah? I think we watched it like 3 weeks in a row or something like that. Like, sometimes there are fights that people will just repeat. And that's like what Sarsen's kind of was, right? Can't really have anything bigger than a 2v2 because the 1 hour timer. I mean, that's true, yeah. Even some 2v2s are too short as well. Too long, sorry. Like, we spectated some really good 2v2s before. And then as the timer nears the 1 hour, the CTG players come out and everyone plays passive and just tries to burn the base, right? So, but would 2-hour node wars be something that people want nowadays, though? I heard arguments for and against it. That some people don't want a PvP for 2 hours, and some people think it's mandatory to have better fights. So, like 2-hour node wars enables you to do 2v2s, 3v3, stuff like this, right? Because then you can do your Diplo afterwards as well, which enables those kind of fights to unlock. You'd like a 2-hour Mythicverse closed? Well, when we watched you guys last Monday, not this Monday, Monday last, it was a pretty solid 1v1. I mean, Mythic were going to eventually win, but the 1v1 was still very good to watch. So I know the nice that they make the nodes bigger again. You mean like, for example, if they linked like these two nodes together again? So you can have west versus east and shit like that. Because this node was very good. I remember playing this node a lot when it was west versus east, and it was a really fun node to fight on. Sarah, Crescent, Crons, nice. Yeah, I think there's quite a few things that they could do. It's just the... Oh, probably nice. It just all comes down to what their big grand plan is, right? Oh, I got a fucking demo. Holy shit. Like, what their grand scheme is, essentially, right? So... The markets consider at least require effort from them to lock down node. That's true, yeah.
Since it's an official trade zone approved by the head of the Merchant Guild.
Beautiful. Alright, 20 minutes until we know which guild is where. You got the entire term in node with 4 guilds. It's crazy. That's pretty retarded, yeah. Yeah, they can do a lot of things. It just all depends on if they want to do them. Like, this is the thing with the... This is the thing, right? This is the thing that's a little scary about the... Like, I'm really excited for Heidel Ball, like always. But the one thing that scares me about Heidel Ball is they mentioned the PvP system rework, right? Now, the PvP system rework could be very scary, so... They will go with the most complicated total rework that could be 10 times worse than what we had just because PA can't have small amendments just do entire reworks. Yeah. Pretty much. We have a small problem that you can fix. We have a few changes. Nope, rework the entire system. Matt's guild size is now 20. That's the one thing that I see a lot of people complain or like suggest to PA is removal of alliances. Or make alliances only a siege thing. But I don't think PA has the technology to make it only a siege thing, but couldn't even begin to imagine what they'd fuck up with it, but I think removal alliance is definitely something, so we can't even handle banning people properly. Well, the thing with the bans is I'm really curious on what approach they take, right? Like I said before, with the whole situation with Quizarge got banned. Then he streams, like literally streams on a new account doing Stellato. Now, if you're PA, this is basically like a spit in the face, right? This is pretty much taking the complete piss out of you. And when you have the individual, like this, with this whole situation going on, like I'm really like, people are wanting like blood basically, right? Like I saw in so many discords, people like being like, I can't believe he did this, is crazy, and they want like blood for it, but there doesn't seem to be any action taken. So Well, removal of alliances mean that people need to join a guild. But in order to, if you remove alliances, you're gonna have to turn the number of members down from 100, right? On certain content. Shout out to my Sauce and homies. What the fuck is this? Allowed? Nice. Like smaller cats on Odor and Siege, only 100-man alliance. A full rework would go hard. Give back one-sided decks. We were saying this before, though. I genuinely don't think in the current day and age that one-sided decks will result in anything like nowadays. Like you can go hunt a few players of a certain guild, but then if you hunt them across like every channel, and you stop them playing the game, they can report you and you can get banned. Because you're essentially stopping them playing the game, yeah. So. I don't know. I feel like decks nowadays just sadly they don't equate to anything. You can get a few kills on someone, sure, but realistically it doesn't really result in much. Yeah, but the case I'm referring to a case before where a guy got hunted. I can't remember who it was by. I think it involved Anfield or something like that. Wait, does Anfield still play the game? Side note. I feel like I haven't heard about Anfield in such a long time. I just had a random thought about it. But yeah, this was like drama back in the day about that because they were like hunting him or some shit. But yeah. Sometimes logs in, but not really. Oh, okay. Does he still stream? Kinda. Cause I remember watching his like classic WoW streams, but okay. Sorry, I had a random thought because I was thinking about the drama in the past and I remembered Anfield was streaming. A streamer, and I was like, I wonder what he's doing now. Okay, let's see here, lads. Impalers. What guild are Impalers in? Alliance. Are they part of the skill issue thing? Ruin, Arctic, List, Nap. Ah, the good old bag intentions. Oh, they're part of the PvE Alliance. Oh. Arcturus, I think, is allied with Lyre, right? Bugcat, obviously Bugcat's here. Rocket Bunnies? They've got to be alliance, the fucking PvE Alliance, right? Fiery Feathers? I assume that's a PvE Alliance as well. Phoenix? Dominator? Why do I recognize that name? I recognize that name Dominator, but I don't know why. The PvE Alliances. But how many fucking many PvE Alliances are there? Oh, maybe that's what he was, yeah. Maybe that's what he was. Or like headhunters or something, maybe like that. No, the player Dominator. I recognize that name. I know Dominate used to be with the other alliance. Resilience is here, dude. That's like the 5th Resilience member I saw. Sure, they're PvPing, right? I remember like Resilience came back at one point. Dude, I remember the first node war we had against Resilience, by the way. So these guys rebuilt. And the first ever node war they had was against us when Blank was a PvP guild. And they ignored all rules and they tried rushing our base 1 second into the node war. And broke every single Diplo 1 second in. So that was fun, dude. That was a fun node war. I remember that shit. I was like, fucking hell, dude. It's the first ever node war back and they break every rule instantly. Resilience. I wonder how NA's doing right now, actually. I wonder if they've got like a situation like ours. Because right now they have digital destroying everyone, right? But I wonder what kind of content digital gets. Or if they just sit on the bags every week or whatever it is. I'm really curious how the NA scene looks. Like how they come to fix their shit. Well, fix, strong word to use, but... Although no, NA's a little bit different. NA... Like, they love tier 1, right? Like, you had, like, Cho Nation or whatever it is, going, like, fucking 20-man tier 1 or some shit, so... Or 25-man, what the fuck it was. It's a different world over there, I guess, completely. Alright, 12 minutes until we see the Diplo. And they don't think they don't have the same issues like we do. Nice. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Edgy Squad is here. Wait, is this actually going to be a Giga uncapped today? Is everyone going here? Come on, give us good RNG, boys. Good RNG. If there's like tons of PvE guilds, just put them on like some fucking random region alone or some shit. Let them jerk themselves off. Oh, actually, you're limited on how many guilds. It's split 50-50, right? Can we make it comfy on the same node? That'd be nice, yeah. You gotta make sure that bag intention's on that node as well, though. So they get completely farmed by everyone. That's the dream, yeah? It's so sad the other day when we were alone with the PvE alliance. Was it literally just you guys alone? Like everyone else was in the different node? The only PvP guild was you guys? Jesus Christ, what the fuck kind of RNG is that? Occupation good for 1v1v1 situations. Yes, that's true. Like when I was watching, like, you know when you watch like an Occupation? Wait, where's my paint? That is the one good thing about Occupation. Wait, where's paint? Oh, we don't catch it, wait. Oh, whatever. Alright, so when you do an Occupation, right? Let's say this is the node. Right, this is the node. The node fort. Right? You can have like one group here. You can have one guild here, and you can have like wait. You can have like one guild down here, dude. And then like, you know, this guild can attack the fort, and then this guild attacks the fort, and then this guild attacks the fort. And then they maybe, you know, maybe green wants to go for blue, and then red goes for fort. You know? Or maybe red goes for blue as well, because fuck blue. You know, and then blue disengages, and then red's like, oh look, green's available, you know, and then green's like, I killed red. And then green kills red, and then green takes fort. So... like 1v1v1s are pretty nice on Occupation. And then two random guilds place flag behind you and in your buildings 24/7. Yeah, imagine that, right, dude? That happened in the node where I was making, for that was fun. Where the PvE alliances just run you in. Green and red 2v1 blue, true. Have Mythic and Conquer been on the same node? I don't know. Not this week? Oh, okay. Today's the day, dude. See, we're spectating today. We can use spectator powers to influence the node war. Watch. I'm mentally transferring all the PvP guilds together. Hackermanning, dude. Do you have that though? Do you have like do you have people that just wait around? Like the actual guilds, not the fucking NPCs? You need to know where the fort was, thanks, but no worries, bro, I got you. I feel like people just run it in all the time, no? Like, with the chain... Maybe because the chain... I mean, probably most people don't even know about it, but... The change to the timer on nodes being seconds now instead of minutes... Or to the second, sorry, rather than to the minute... Means that it can end at any point as well, so... Are you guys gonna try writing for a minute or two? Come on, PA. Give us good RNG today, so we have a nice node war to spectate, dude. I'd like that. Well, there is no rules in occupation, right? You do everything. Like, you do whatever you want. So... Unless there's like some handshake I don't know about. Well, excuse me. From what I got told before is it's basically just do whatever you want. I think if they were, I said this when Occupation first came out, and I still believe it. I think Occupation would be the better mode if they improved on it. Like if they genuinely put resources into Occupation, fix the fucking Giga cringe shit in Occupation, I think it would be overall the better mode. But they're not putting investment and time into it. So... Because Occupation is much more PvP focused, right? And you could argue you're rushing a fort. Yes, that is true. And Construction, you're rushing a fort as well. But I think if there was like, if it was like Siege, right? Where you generated points. And depending on the points that you got, you won XYZ. Or something like that, right? So... But they could make it so you construct a base in, like, Occupation, right? But the points come from owning something instead. So you still have your fort, but then you take a second fort or something like that. You know, that kind of approach. Because people like the idea of building a base in construction, that you have something to defend, something to attack from, something that's like yours. So... They're intention what weak yields to win, so they are in GT. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, right? It's the same thing with content in the game. When PA makes content recently, they want to involve everyone, right? I think I said the exact same thing last week. Now, this is fine when you're making general content, but when you are making the end game content, I think it should be specific for the end game player base, right? Like. It's really nice to try to involve people. At least we involved King Sunny in Node Wars. No, nice. Like, it's great that you involve, like, a lot of players, right? Like, it's always good and it's healthy for an MMO to do. But you should also make sure that the endgame content is actually endgame. Like, think of, like, WoW, right? Imagine if the Mythic, like, raiding just became, like, a normal raider like a an LFR raider can now kill mythic raiding. It kind of takes away the point, right? Like it takes away like the achievement and the prestige and the like desire to push. So, like right now in Occupation, all you need is Bob from down the road to last hit the fort and then win the node war, right? Technically. So, does that mean that the better guild won? No, it means that someone last hit. This is like I said, the Occupation needs a lot of rework, a lot of updates, but I think it is the better system overall if they do add... If just merge Construction and Occupation, it's a really good node war system. Like, bottom down row is 60R crystals, yes. 100%, dude. So... Fucking 6 DP crystal Bob hits it last second, yoinks the fort, gets the boys the bus. Bolas is the fort who deserved to win. Alright, 2 minutes to go, boys. Wait, I think it updates automatically, right? If I go to the node wall screen. Oh my god, I almost signed us up. Wait. Wait.
It's called hentai.
Did I sign up?
It's art.
No. Wait, I can't sign up anymore, can I? Thank fuck.
UK ジャスト
Whew.
サブスクリビド
Yo, Roll, thanks for the 4 months, bro. Trisha, well back, thank you. This is the one thing I like though. I think of a snipe to uncapped. yeah, I realize it's after 1 hour before, so it's fine. Because I was worried that when I was looking at the node war thing earlier that I clicked the fucking sign up thing and I was like, oh no. Oh my god. I remember that shit, dude. Oh. Good times, good times. But this is the one thing I like, right? Like, a lot of the people in my chat disagree with each other, but you can have a civil conversation instead of just insulting each other or baiting each other. So I think at the end of the day, everyone wants better PvP, but no one knows the, like, true answer, right? So, it's banger, dude. Right, BRB set, lads. Aye. Bro, I actually don't VTube anymore. It's really not my thing. I don't have the facial expression or the energy to be a VTuber. You sure G-Labs tomorrow? I am 100%, my good sir. I can send you a post that confirms it. Let me get you a post. I was actually going to start cam streaming. That was actually my plan. Here we go. There's the official post. Okay, let's see. How's it looking? Alright, so Comfy's on a node with Liar, Storm, and Insomnia. And then Snipes, I guess. Wait. Wait, these are two. Wait. Morale closed the Mythic. Wait, Mythic and Closed are on the same node. Comfy gets a free back again. Yeah, I guess. Well, there could actually be a 2v2 on Serendia, because Insomnia and Liar could ally against Comfy and Storm. Because after they 2v1'd Insomnia, now Liar's on the node, so... So Serendia might be Insomnia Liar versus Comfy Storm or something. Which is a pretty good fight, I think, actually. So... Well, you have to remember that you and Storm fucked over Insomnia, you know? Well, it's gonna be 3 or 4 forts. It depends on how many they signed up with, right? You need like 27 members or something, I think, to sign up to a node to spawn, right, or something like that. Wait, Balnos looks like the best though. You have Diablo Mami, you have Mythic, you have Morale and Close. You have actually it's 4 guilds on both. Wait. Shit. Bro, there's 4 PvP guilds on both Balnos and Surrender. Wait, actually, like, evenly split. Wait, so check the other regions. McDog. Who's McDog? Snipe Guild, I guess. Calvin is Glorim. I don't know who that is. Combat. I don't know who Game Over is. And Grave. Wait, why is Yer uncapped? He's 55 today, no? It's Yer, Decay, Aegis, and Barcode. Wait, did Yer not pull 55? I thought they'd be on. Occupation. Fucking uncapped today. Oh, I guess not. I guess light capped. Bro, if Yer on this as well, they could have been one of these. It could have been Giga fights, like five PvP guilds on one node. Oops, unlucky, I guess. I think we got Balanos though. I think we got Balanos, dude. Because I'm really curious how this, plus I get to see Bag Boys die. Wait, are Spirit Vengeance and are these all PvE guilds as well? Nia, Cafe Bomb, Fiery Feathers, Rocket Bunnies is right. So there's 8 PvP guilds and 8 PvE guilds. Can you guys try to see Balam there? Thanks. Well, I was gonna go Serenity, but I want to watch this Balanos site, I think. Because this is the first time that Mythic and Close are together, right? So. But it's all going to depend on how many nodes spawn, I think. So. Because okay, let's see. Wait, where is it? Mythic will spawn, like Mythic will be cap, Diablo will be cap, Morale closed, and Bad Boys. That's 5. So that's 3 forts, right? Is that 3 or 4 forts? Depending on who Vengeance, Spirit, and Silver Shade are. Global Lab's tomorrow, dude. Global Lab isn't today, it's tomorrow. Sorry, it's not Friday, it's tomorrow. Well, last week's Global Lab wasn't very big, but this week's Global Lab got cancelled on Friday, and they are moving Global Lab forward to tomorrow. Now, because they're moving it forward till tomorrow, makes me think it's actually going to be a big Global Lab, because of the fact that they normally just skip. So, like, normally they skip the Global Lab if it's like a holiday, and they do it next week instead. But this time they're bringing it forward and giving info, so... Company probably do the twist, do twist the others, get question mark to them with a prevent PvE angle, and we keep it a buck, and Mythic and this will fight over question mark. Do you think Comfy will prioritize getting the question mark over PvP? Nah, I think they'll PvP, no? They have like 3 enemies to fight, dude. That's like Giga PvP for them. Tons of enemies. Enemies or not bag is bag. Enemies or not bag is bag. Nice. Wait, I guess. Hey guys, let's deny the PvE guild. Smile. But yeah, players on this server, they should be logging over, no? Wait, is it Balanos I'm spectating or Serenity? I forgot already. Balanos, right? Also, why is Serendia on top of Balanos in this? This is annoying me. Why is Balanos not the first option? This oddly annoys me. Is the other way around for you? Why is mine broken? What? Where's my shit breaking, dude? Now I'm on Balanos 1 right now. I can actually help B1. That's why I'm confused. Fuck knows, dude. Within Black Desert's many mysteries. Saying Balanos was on top for you, huh? Maybe because I looked at it as they were showing the regions, so it like fucked up or something. I don't know, fuck knows, but either way, actual PvP today, dudes. Really hard class. Nice character name, dude. Wait, I need to prep for the dodo. Wait. Oh, nice name. Yes, I'm going now. I need to buff.
Thank you, Lord.
I still don't know why I take the AP buff. It's just so instinctively for me, I guess. So the tier 5s are like Western Guard camp and shit, right? Wait. Oh no, is it Kron Castle and shit? Oh, it's these. Kron Castle, Forest, Batali. So the fights will be here. Okay. Hey, Dream. You don't need UI because it's this system. Wait, but I need a UI. Wait, I guess I need like a generic UI, no? Oh, bollocks. I didn't think of this. Wait, I have an idea. Wait. Okay, wait, you ready for my idea? What day is it today? Wednesday. I do this. I do this. I hide this. Wait, no, wrong one. Wait. Wednesday 2. And then I do this. Oh, I'm a genius, dude. I'm a genius. Perfect. Nice. It works now. Wait, where do people start? You not start Velio? Oh, they'll be starting over here. Because it's tier 5. No? Am I high? I guess I have 5 minutes to go, so... Can we ever give the head of thanks? Alright, I got you, bro. I got you. Alright, let's see. Alright, so this was last time. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Alright, we have Diablo. Alright, good luck, Dave. Enjoy, bro. Mythic. I'm just gonna put plus mythic. Plus closed. Plus morale. Plus bag. Plus spirit. Plus vengeance. Plus silver shade. Plus snipes. There you go. Oh, the mummies are like this. Perfect. There you go. All the guilds on today. Right, now we need some banging tunes on. Put windy music on. Put windy playlist on, I guess. Nice. Good timing to come back. Hello, Cougar. How'd your Valorant go, dude? You get munched by Smurfs? Oh wait, let's turn effects on and shit. Remove others' effects off. Phew, excuse me. Fuck. What went really well except one game? Well, those Smurfs will eventually get banned, bro. With Valorant's new approach, from what I understand, so. 332. And so Tyrone said, bless you IRL. Thank you, dude. Oh, you had a long day, I guess? This will be an actual pretty. This is why I'm kind of sad that I can't split both regions at once. So I'd really love to see the other region. I also need to add that thing that I wanted to add before, where congrats on your sanctuary, Chiku. I wanted to add the thing in, Bobby, where like a Google Doc, where I can add the names of all the people that stream and the link to their streams and things like that. Like, but I don't really know how to do it, like a proper, just random Google Doc. Like, I want one that people can, like, send me their stuff and I can add their stream, the class that they have, and then all that kind of shit, so. Because I think it's really hard to kind of find who streams what, who does what class they play in Node Wars and all this kind of stuff. And I think it'd be really cool. To have something where you can click on it and then boom, you see, you know, this guy plays Zerker in Node Wars from this guild and stuff like that. So I think we can set it up today. Why the first thing I see is Zero yapping, bro? I swear. So it's Batali Farm and Kron Castle. So let's see Kron Castle, I guess. We will see. We see Mythic and Closed going for this. Yeah, we are seeing an instant fight between both guilds. Let me put my horse away so I didn't get one-tapped. So there are 4 forts and 4 PvP guilds. That could be Giga, bro. So Mythic do have a group on the east side. Looks like they're going to move up to the fort. Closed did go for a group inside the castle. Mythic do have the advantage right now as they are on the fort. And they're blasting it down. Devil May do take Wolf Hills. It looks like Closed might be respecting this right now as the fort is getting lower and lower. Closed have not engaged yet. They are waiting. Looks like Mythic are getting the 1s and 2s that are coming out. Morale does take Ancient Stone Chamber. But it's like Closed will be waiting for Mythic to get the fort a little bit lower. So they'll be trying to get the fort down. They did disengage a little bit as the fort is getting low. They don't want to lose too many people. Close now choosing to step up. Looks like Mythic are going to go for a push into Closed as they absolutely execute the backline of Closed. I don't think Closed was expecting Mythic to go for that push there. They just completely blue feed them. Wait, I can change the color of the guilds. Wait for the fort to get taken. Who takes the fort? Rorschach of Mythic take the fort. Okay, wait, I can dye the guilds. Diablo Mami can be pink. Morale can be red, I guess, because it matches the picture. Closed can be blue, I guess. Mythic can be green because of the dragon. Bad boys can be, I don't know, they can be whatever. I don't know who Spirit are. I think Spirit took a fort, so they can be yellow. Apply. There we go, boys. Although green on blue is kind of hard to see. Maybe make it a different blue. Maybe this blue is easier to see. That's a little bit easier to see. So it does look like Mythic was able to kill Closed and take the tier 5 node. So one question mark. Diablo Mami, Spirit, and Morale. Morale's node ending in 11 minutes, so they chose to take the node that's ending fucking 40 minutes in. Batali Farm ending in 32. Wolf Hills ending in 20 minutes. And the question mark remaining unknown. Looks like Closed are going to go for a push on the southwest side as they are trying to push into Mythic right now. A lot of Mythic are inside Kron Castle. They will be moving out of Kron Castle to help their allies. Why not green and purple? That's good. That's, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's do green and purple. I thought purple is kind of nice to see, right? Yeah, that's much nicer. Good call. Good call. Much easier to see. It looks like Mythic do clean up Closed. It wasn't a very strong engage from Closed there. They do have to be mindful about these pushes, that they need all their forces and everyone ready to fight. Otherwise, these fights will be in the hands of Mythic. Looks like some more Closed are stepping up. They do need to be careful. If they do push into Mythic alone, they could just be taken out and killed. But here comes a big push from Closed. There's Zerkers jumping in, trying to get those pre-engages down. A very nice grab from Carnage there. Does deny. Now Mythic are going to push into Closed main ball. As they will be taking the fight. There's so many Zerkers in Node Wars right now. Holy moly, dude. I need to actually move a little bit closer. I'm a little bit far out of range right now. Hopefully I don't get CC'd and killed, Smile. So we are seeing Closed and Mythic once again take a fight, but it does look like it is in the hands of Mythic right now. There are still quite a few Closed members alive as they are disengaging, going for that potential regroup. But these Zerkers from Closed do need to be careful. They are being singled out and killed by the damage dealers from Mythic. Mythic now moving back to their fort, as they will be leaving the fort. Are they giving the credit to Conquer? Okay, it looks like Closed and Mythic have handshaked, I guess, for Closed to take the fort or not. Never mind. Looks like Mythic baited them potentially, as they are now pushing back into Closed. I thought they were handshaking and allowing Closed to take the fort there, but it looks like, if that was the case, they did change their mind last second as Mythic do push into Closed and blast them. Oh, they went for your structures. Oh, okay. I thought they might have been allowing you to get the credit card participation at least. Okay. You waiting for flags? You're having a fun time, yeah? Isn't waiting for flags really fun? It's like the first 10 minutes is just kind of slow. But they get quite a little bit of damage onto the fort there, though. That was a nice push from Closed. They were able to chunk quite a lot of health, but Mythic full repairing the fort. And it will go back up in like 20 to 40 seconds max. Looks like they're going to be placing some defensive structures as well, as they'll be prepping for Closed. But here come Closed again. Very deep engages from some Closed members, but Mythic are going to take the advantage. They're going to push down into Closed. Looks like they're going to go deep into closed main balls, far away from their fort. But Sorks and Sages killing the backline of Mythic right now. I have to move a little bit closer because the render range is so bad right now. Sadly. But it does look like Mythic won this fight as Closed are no longer on the minimap. Some 1s and 2s. A very nice member from Closed there did deny that build. So the Flame Tower does not go up. Was it Grizz? Might have been. I did just see Grizz for a second there. But either way, whichever rat did that was very, very good, as it does delay the Flame Tower being built inside Mythic's base. Looks like Legion ran in solo there against all of Mythic. You are tanky, but you are not tanky enough to tank all of Mythic. As we again go for an explosive engage on Closed. Looks like they might have caught them off guard, as they just ran straight through their main ball right now. Closed might have to be careful because if these fights keep going this way, they're not making any progress towards the fort right now. But their flag will be up in the next 2 minutes, I believe, which means that their mini base will be up as well. So this will then give them a chance to properly group and properly go for some solid pushes. And they can take it from there. Oh, what is this, dude? Zero is attending Node Wars? No way. The fort is down a few percent. Looks like Closed are ready for a full group right now. Very, very, very strong group. They are snaking a little bit. They might want to be careful because if Mythic do push them, they might catch them off guard. 1s and 2s are pushing ahead, but a lot of Closed are together now. There we go. The snaking has ended. The balling has begun. Looks like the pre-engagers will be trying to jump in, trying to get 1s and 2s. Augustavo does get caught on the front line there, but he is tanky, so nothing major will happen. SKN going in, getting picks off. Zero dead. How unusual. But Mythic are now going to choose to push in deep. So it's like they waited out the engage of Closed and are now choosing to go for the engage before Closed can jump in with their Zerkers into the backline. Looks like a lot of Closed members did just jump towards these flame towers and these supply depots. We are seeing Spirit Way, Royal, and additional members as well. They do take down the second flame tower in the supply depot. So even though the push didn't go in Closed's favor, the members did take advantage and kill those buildings. Now, main ball of Closed did move up, but again, they are a little bit staggered. Again, they need to be careful with these pushes because Mythic are just exploding into them and taking them out. If they don't have a full regroup, they won't be able to fight against this. Neri does get caught on his horse there, unfortunately, as I don't think he expected all of Mythic to be pushing down when that was the regroup place for Closed. Now, you can go take a look up here. So we are seeing the Hwacha on high ground, and we are seeing a Tamer hero taking down this Hwacha with the help of Vulpix on Mega. The Tamer does get CC'd by Nekinator. Nekinator takes out one, goes to the second. Professor. Wrong game, smile. On the Shy, as they are trying to keep Doris Hwacha alive. We're down to the main ball. It's like Closed and Mythic again for another clash. But looks like Closed went for an engage onto the fort this time. Looks like their main ball was moving around, as Closed do change up their strategy, as they do just try to get some damage down onto this tier 5. Very nice play. Does force Mythic back to their base. As around like 15 to 20 or so, Closed players did jump inside the base. They get a little bit of chip damage down on the tier 5 node. The Flame Tower build is down, but they were not able to deny the enhancement upgrade. Very unfortunate situation for Closed right now, as Mythic are holding strong. But all it takes is 1 or 2 good pushes from Closed, and they can take the fort, and then they can return the favor. Legion jumping in. You do want to be careful there, dude. You are a very tanky Mystic, but jumping in alone, you gotta be, you got some, some big balls or have a lot of confidence. It's like Closed might be trying to take a different direction this time now. Let's try and move a little bit closer. Yeah, it looks like Closed are going for a push from the east this time. So they're not going to try the west or the southwest push. It looks like Mythic did scout it earlier as they were able to reposition their main ball to prepare for the push. We are seeing Asmodee does try to get the flame tower. The Elephant Stomp going through, denying. It does get re-CC'd by Sanity. Sanity taking him out, and he does get taken down. He is not able to take the flame tower. Steam Bun and Sanity making sure that the flame tower is not taken down. There's still 1s and 2s. Looks like they are going to move past the main ball as they do want to kill this flame tower. They cannot allow Mythic to have 2 flame towers up. That'll be very, very, very bad for them given the circumstances. Elephant stomping right now, but a few members from Closed are pushing on. We are seeing the Suk Megus trying their best to kill it right now. The progress is 60 to 70%, but a few more percent. But Mythic do a very good job of keeping them clean with the assistance of that elephant. Zerka jumping in as well. Nilo, Tribe the hero, does get CC'd unfortunately instantly by the Shy with the elephant stomping as well. Can they kill the flame tower? It does get taken out 90% as all of the closed members and range damage do move up. And they're able to blast it and make sure that the second flame tower does not go up. Closed now will be forced to look for a regroup right now as their front line did die. They do still have all the damage dealers, their range DPS, and Sage is still alive. But without that front line, you won't be alive for much longer. So they definitely need to regroup. And there we go. The regroup is through. As they will now be moving up, looking for an engage onto the fort. Very nice push from Close coming in right now as they do catch quite a few of the Mythic players off guard, resulting in quite a few kills. But Mythic will be moving to the northwest side, so they're going to regroup right in front of Kron Castle. Looks like Close to switch their attention to fighting Mythic right now, as they are holding the entrance, denying Mythic reinforcements coming through. As they might switch their attention across to the fort now and try to get some more percent health down on this fort. Looks like they're looking for a few kills in the area. Mythic do have a large respawn. It looks like Mythic did send some forces to the east. So they might have gone for the structures of Closed. But now their members are grouping together on their fort, so they will have full forces in defense. Closed front line pushing a little maybe too deep right now as the respawns from Mythic will be coming through. Zerka 100% used, trying to CC as many as he possibly can, but does need to get out as that is a lot of Mythic and not many Closed. Very good job again for Closed for denying the flame tower once more and the supply depot. And this tier 5 node is getting lower and lower. Mythic might want to be looking into getting a few taps through here, but it looks like SKN is not going to let them tap. They will be disrupting as many as possible, but Close see the enemies looking for the taps. As their main ball will be moving forward right now. Shy is jumping in with the assistance of Sorks and that range damage from those archers and rangers. Mythic do have large forces in defense this time though, as their members will be jumping to that backline, denying those range DPS onto the fort. Now just the front tanky line of Closed is around the fort with their Zerkas and their Gauntlets, but they are forced to disengage as alone they cannot do anything. Zerka's jumping back in for the push once more. One node down. Morale is out. Morale did take the 15-minute node, so they are done with their node war for today. That's Closed. Are pushing back onto Mythic. They do have to be careful that flame tower debuffing. Zerka stomps used defensively. It's like a lot of Closed did take out. Mythic did lose quite a lot of players there. Very, very nice assassinations from Closed. But again, Mythic does have the advantage of respawning on the node, on the actual fort itself, so they can reinforce much faster than Closed can. And so that we're seeing right now, multiple respawns coming through from Mythic, which is forcing Closed to disengage. Very nice push from Closed there, though. Did do a lot of damage to the fort, and also get a few kills as well. Looks like they're not going to wait around. They do have to be careful, though. Zerka's jumping in alone right now. Kappa needs to be very, very careful. He jumps in alone and gets taken out, forced to V. Looks like Close will be moving up straight afterwards as well. Mythic going for a disengage to the west and the north. Now they'll be pushing back on. They're pushing very, very deep. That front line of Closed is tanky, but not tanky against this range DPS. tremendous amounts of damage coming in right now from Rangers onto those DP players. Oh, we are seeing X Furious does try to deny some of those repairs with the assistance of Nilo, making sure they cannot tap their fort. If they tap their fort, they've reset all the progress that Close has made so far. They've got to keep up this pressure as best they can. Looks like Close are just sending in their Zerkers to the suicide over and over to deny as many taps as possible. Close front line following up with those archers, rangers again with the assistance of the Sorks and Sages. But Mythic also have the same. They have their Megus, they have their Sorks, they have their Strikers and Sages that are just pushing to the backline of Close and absolutely assassinating these Ranger and Archer players. Very, very, very devastating there. But the fort is below 50% health already. We are below 50% health. 70 minutes on the clock. Mythic desperately trying to get the second flame tower up because 2 flame towers means that they can apply tons of CC damage and debuffs to the targets. But Close do have to just keep pressuring over and over and over right now. We are seeing the Zerkers jump in once again with the assistance of those Mystics and the Strikers. This is a random timer fort, yes. This is the question mark fort. This could end any minute now, all the way up until 59 minutes. And hopefully it is a 59-minute node. Because right now this is a very close fight between both guilds. Both guilds very, very strong. Rank 1, rank 2 in the region. But Mythic holding very strong. Their fort is on 40% life. Close doing a much better job at applying pressure from the east side. Zerkers jumping in over and over. Close has a lot of Zerkers. Mythic do have full respawns in their base though. It looks like they're choosing to push out instead of go for a defensive approach with repairs onto the fort. Looks like they will be pushing out from the fort right now. This leaves the fort completely open. We are seeing Sorks and Mystics from closed inside, chipping that fort down, denying those repairs. This is all that closed need to do. They just need to keep up the pressure constantly on their fort. Much, much better showing from closed now rather than the first 10 minutes. And now they'll be switching their attention across to taking the fort. They can take the fort right here. Mythic do not have the numbers to contest this, as all of closed are inside blasting fort full strength. Mythic do have some respawns coming through, but the fort is very, very low. Closed fully committing to the fort. KDR of closed does take the node fort. Now Mythic will be forced to disengage because they're no longer in control of the fort. This flame tower is theirs, but will be taken out swiftly afterwards. Looks like Mythic might have already expected this to happen, as they do look potentially have a flag in Kron Castle because they have many people at the gate already ready. But closed are ready with their Zerkers, their gauntlets, and their sages to kill any Mythic player that steps through this choke. So we are seeing all of closed together right now. They do take out the flame tower very, very quickly. And now closed will be trying to place their own structures. So Mythic taking the fort originally gives them a very big advantage, because their respawn timers, the enemy flag, they're not available, etc, etc. But closed kept pressure up constantly and were able to retake the fort. Now it looks like we might be seeing, I might have to move a little bit closer here so we get a better vision. But it does look like Mythic and Close will be fighting over the choke right now. Looks like Mythic do have the flag inside. But Close not allowing any Mythic player to push through right now. They're desperately trying to get through. But that range damage, way, way too high for a choke. We are seeing We are seeing morale here. Oh, never mind. That was they've already taken the node. Looks like little Yamis will be scouting around a little bit. Looks like Close have complete control of the fight right now, as their Hwacha will be going up very, very soon. It's like 20% left on the Hwacha, as the Flame Tower is also started as well. As it looks like they are just going to keep Mythic locked inside Kron Castle. And they're not going to allow them to push out. Let's try and move a little bit closer. Maybe I can look inside Kron Castle a little bit. There we go. Much, much better. All of Mythic are inside. This is a pretty rough choke to push from. But looks like Mythic will be prepping for a push as they are moving together. Range damage from either side with the Megus, Rangers, and Archers is being sent through the choke in hopes to get a few kills. Like some Zerkers will be jumping through. Instant grab. That was a beautiful grab. Holy moly, the instant grab. Looks like Mythic will be trying to get a push here, as they are going to try to push out. A few of their Zerkers do jump the backline. It's a very, very clean push from Mythic. All of the Rangers from Close just got killed instantly. But again, they do have the respawns. And it looks like they are a little too late. The Hwacha goes up. The Flame Tower goes up. Close respawns will be coming through to reinforce this as well. Mythic with the Elephant as well. Maybe they did get some kills there, but they weren't able to kill enough to push towards the fort and deny the Flame Tower. Hwacha shot goes through, does get 1 or 2 kills. But Close now have the respawns. They will now be moving back to the choke, where the next fight will begin. So right now we have Mythic on the right side. We have Closed on the left side. The Elephant stomping as well. The Elephant is being chipped a little bit, so you just want to be careful. Might want to move it back. Was Blades of Darkness from the Salt side. Mythic are going to be going for a push with the Elephant as well. No, it looks like they changed their mind. Looks like it might have been a fake push. Maybe try and use a little bit of utility on Closed side. And I assume that their main push will be coming through soon. But Closed are ready. Closed in full strength. Diablo Mame do take Wolf Hills. There we go. We are seeing a push come through from Mythic right now, but Closed are playing around the corner, making sure that when they do jump out, they're just jumping out into range damage. Hwacha shots go through as well. Just pick up a few kills. That's a very nice push from Mythic right now. Closed will have to respond to this, as a lot of Mythic did push through the choke. Now can they transition this to damage onto the base? The Flame Tower did get upgraded. The Hwacha did get upgraded. The second Flame Tower did get denied. Respawns from Closed are coming through to reinforce the choke right now. The Elephant is still stomping, as Mythic did make a standpoint on the north side, as they are trying to hold. But again, Closed respawns will come and push your regroup. And Closed will be much, much faster at reaching this group than the members from Mythic will. The Elephant gets taken down. Goodbye, Elephant. As it looks like Closed might have reset the progress. Very nice push on Mythic, but they weren't able to get much out of it, sadly. And looks like they will be using a cannon. Looks like we are seeing Wei on the cannon, ready to shoot as soon as they step forward right now. Shy, nay. Cannon, yay. As that CC could be devastating for Mythic when they go to push through. That the cannon is set up ready for one of the cannoneers to jump on it. As Closed will be moving back to the choke. Progress has been reset. 26 minutes into the node war. This is not looking very good for Mythic right now. We are seeing a Ranger on high ground trying to take out people one at a time. There are so many Rangers now from both guilds. Rangers and Archers everywhere. Looks like Closed's main comp is just Zerker, Sage, Sork, Ranger, Archer, and then Shies. A few Megas here and there as well. But definitely a large number of Succession Zerkers. Very, very large number of Succession Zerkers. Looks like Close might be prepping for a push here as they are stepping up. A few of their members are moving in as Close do decide to try and get a little bit of an engage there. The Zerkers do jump in, but they realize this is not a good fight to take right now as they will disengage fully. Wait, all of Close moved to the far east right now. What happened? Yeah, Close moved to the far east. Even the Hawatra is shooting that way. I think the main ball from Mythic might have pushed from a second direction. And now Mythic's flank was going into the base, but again, it's not a lot of people. They can't really get much done. Second flame tower goes up. Augustavo jumping solo into the enemy base. Does need to be careful. He does get re-CC'd and will just V away. A lot of the Zerkers and Gauntlets, I think, have a lot of confidence this Node War. Jumping alone and being taken out seconds later. It does like Mythic will be pushing a different direction. They realize that pushing a choke is not advantageous for them. All have closed in their base. Looks like cannons are up as the flame tower and the Hawatra are being shot. But now, right now, we need to see where Mythic are pushing from. Closed do have control of this node war right now. If this keeps going this way, Closed will win the question mark node on Balnos Serendia. But Mythic will be trying to hold their own as they are moving up and pushing in. Mythic going for that deep dive engage there. The Hawatra denying several of those players pushing forward. Looks like Mythic do get to the backline of Closed very, very quickly. Now can they do something with this? Closed also pushing the Mythic backline too. Mythic still alive with around 20 plus players as they are moving into Closed base. Looks like this could have been a really good fight for Mythic right now as Closed are respawning with quite a few people. So it seems they did lose quite a few in that initial engage there. But they do have full reinforcements at their base. This is the advantage of having the node fort. You lose players in a push, you can just respawn up straight away. The tier 5 node is being chipped down though, with the cannon fire coming in. And if these fights go in the way of Mythic, like it felt like that one just did, then the fort will be taken lower and lower. 30 minutes on the clock. This node could end at any moment. The last node on this region, other than this question mark, is a 6-minute left Batali Farm node. So that is the last node on this region. Which I assume they will be trading with the snipes. And the PvE guilds will give each other the node. Mythic going in for a full push. They're pushing it into the flame tower as well. It's not an upgrade enhanced one. They only have one enhanced, not two. But Closed are playing full defensive right now as Mythic are pushing from all angles. Very nice hold from Closed. They are able to kill those tanky players with that flame tower assistance. And looks like Closed do meet that Mythic push with success. A lot of the Mythic players that did push in were killed by the flame tower with the assistance of the Hawatra and Closed's main ball. Very, very nice defense. It's one thing that Closed are very good at. They are very good at turtling and very good at defending. Welcome back for Node War. Is it dead forever? Node Wars are very popular. Maybe this week's not the greatest example, but it's occupation, so it's hard to judge in that manner because of the snipes. But there's like 20 to 30 alliances PvPing in the game right now. Mythic pushing into Closed. Very deep push, but again, this flame tower that's still alive. 50% health. Mr. Hayes is used in the back line. Some of the damage is being transferred to the fort right now as they are cleaving it down. But Closed again doing a very good job. Although it does look like Mythic went for more an RBF approach this time as they are pushing from the south, the west, and the east all at the same time. This is transitioning some damage onto the Hwacha and the flame tower. Chipping down the fort a few more percent as well. Tier 1, Tier 2, I'm not going for uncapped. Yes, Tier 2 is the most popular scene right now, from what I remember. Has a lot of guilds participating. Not on the occupation weeks, but on the construction weeks is very, very popular. There's like 3v3s, 4v4s, and stuff like that happen pretty much every day. Close successfully pushing off Mythic. So they're going to try and build a supply depot here. So they're fully committing all their resources to the tier 5 node. Mythic going to try once again with a push from the east side. This is a full push on the east side. We are seeing a full push from the east side. They need to get this flame tower down. They need to deny the supply depot. It looks like they will be trying to blast down this flame tower. If they clean up the flame tower, it means that the south and southeast side of Closed base will be open to damage. Very, very nice hold from Closed. Once again, Mythic do a few percent damage to the fort, the flame tower, and the Hwacha, but are not able to successfully take a clean fight. This is because Closed are playing around their defensive structures. They're playing around those respawns on the node. They are not choosing to take a fight. Never mind, apparently I spoke a second too soon, as Closed are moving up, trying to kill the reinforcements from Mythic. Also a flag placed here, so they do have 2 respawns. This might be used as a bait to try and get Mythic to push onto the flag, and then they can push onto Mythic afterwards. So Mythic will need to be mindful about this, but Closed once again, they do not want to take the fight outside of their base because the base advantage is very high. You can win fights with the flame tower, the Hwacha, and the respawns coming through. It looks like Mythic will be going for the flag. It looks like the bait might have worked. Yeah, it looks like Mythic did attack this flag right now. It did lose like 5 to 10% health, but that's exactly what Closed want. They want the damage to be taken onto the flag instead. This means that the fort will be able to get chipped back up with their people repairing, and the flame tower will not be killed, as the timer is 34 minutes. Very smart play from Closed there. Use your flag as a bait. Force the enemy guild to be like, hey, look, there's a flag here. You guys want to attack this and waste your time. Looks like Closed will be using this chance to repair. Big Hwacha shot does go through, denies 10 repairs. But we are seeing the people all around the fort right now going for the repairs, making sure that this fort is up. They do keep getting denied by cannons, by the Hwacha. But even if only 2 or 3 people make a tick go through, that is a few percent health on the fort. Could be the difference between winning and losing. Looks like a flank squad of Mythic will be pushing in first, while the main ball Mythic will be moving from the north side. As they're going to go for a double-pronged attack onto Closed, try and separate Closed main forces into 2. But again, Closed are playing around those flame towers. They're playing around those defensive structures. This is advantageous for Closed. But one of those flame towers is getting low. Watch shots going through. Does not result in many CCs. As Mythic are successfully burning down this flame tower. With 25 minutes left maximum on the clock. This node can end at any minute from now until 25 minutes. Let's hope it is a 1-hour node war, because it's a 1-hour node war. This could give the Mythic the opportunity to retake this and hold it, as the flame tower is on its last legs. Last few percent health on the flame tower right now. So one more push from Mythic and the flame tower will fall, which means that Closed will lose a lot of defensive pressure. No flame tower, no debuff, no knockback, no damage. So Mythic are going for little regroups, but Closed will punish them straight away. Batali Farm over. Wolf Hills over. Ancient Stone Chamber over. What guilds are still left on the node? The guilds that are still left on the road right now: Silver Shade, Close, Mythic, Vengeance, and Bad Boys. Your test the raid, bro. We'll be watching a Mythic vs Closed 1v1. Mythic had the node for the first 19 minutes. Closed took it afterwards. And now they are straight taking a 1v1. Looks like the Flame Tower does get taken down by Mythic's Engage right now. This is very good. That means they will not get CC'd or debuffed on the south side when they push now. It looks like all of Mythic are pushing in, fully committed to this right now. Close will have to respond because they take the Hwacha down as well. That will be very, very, very bad for the Close defense team. So Close are now choosing to play full defensive. So they're not pushing out into Mythic with their main ball right now. They're keeping everyone around their base to get the Flame Tower assistance and the Hwacha as the timer is going up. 37 minutes on the clock. One Flame Tower down. Hwacha 40%. The fort being chipped as well. If it continues like this in the next 5-10 minutes, Mythic might retake the node. Close still doing a very good job holding tight right now, though. This flag bait is working very well. There's around like 5 to 8 Mythic players that keep attacking the flag every engage. So they're going to try to build the Flame Tower. If they get this Flame Tower up, it's going to be very hard for Mythic to push. Mythic will have to deny this Flame Tower as best they can. Right now, there is RBF going on, but not a main ball fight. Looks like Close did lose a few players, as they do have a few respawns coming through at their fort right now. And Mythic are all over the minimap. They're just RBFing around everywhere. Closed want this Flame Tower to go up. They're investing a lot of people into this. This Flame Tower could be the reason that they hold this fort. 60% on the Flame Tower progress. Yeah, seeing ones and twos from Mythic are trying to take it down. Dave, Ben Shapiro doing what they can. DMNK does get grabbed, but the Flame Tower does get taken down. Very, very nice work from the few members of Mythic there that were able to deny this. Mythic's full main ball is on the east side. Again, they're going for this flag. I'm not sure if that's the right choice right now with 39 minutes on the clock. Like, if you do take the fort, Close can respawn at the flag, but with the fort advantage, you will be able to take the fights. Cannons are on them do deny the next Flame Tower rebuild. But Mythic will be moving forward right now. But again, we are still seeing quite a few people invest into this flag, while all of the other Mythic players are moving into the base. Inside, there might be a little bit of miscommunication in Mythic right now because some players are running around and attacking random things, but the main ball of Mythic is inside the fort right now. But Closed are cleaning them up one after the other. A lot of those tanky players are still alive, though, as the damage on the Hwacha is increasing as it falls to less than 20% life. Mr. Haze is used, but Closed do have those respawns coming through right now. But you do have around 10 plus Mythic players still alive, blasting this Hwacha. If it goes down, that means the entire south side of Closed base will be open. Hwacha skill being used on the rocks right now. But Closed do have the respawns. Here come the respawns. They are coming through now. And they will clean up Mythic's players that are still alive around. The fort is getting dangerously low as well right now. It's already down 40%. Nearly. 64% health on the fort. Cannons going through as well. Again, 20 minutes left potentially on this node. Can Closed hold this? Mythic going for a full engage on the east side right now. As the flag is taken down, so all of Mythic will push through. Looks like they're going to go for the kills first as well. They're not going for the damage on the fort. They're going straight for the kills on those Closed members. And on top of this, they will also be cleaving down the Hwacha and the fort as well as they are close together. Very, very big push from Mythic right now. This could be the turning point of the node war. There is a lot of Mythic alive inside as the attention is being switched across to the fort as well. The fort is getting close to 50% live. Closed respawns will be coming through there. The Elephant Assistance and that last Flame Tower alive. 50% health tick on the fort right now. Respawns to Close will be coming through in the next 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, we are seeing a few respawns come through right now. But this fort is burning. It's already down to 44% life. There we go. Close respawns are coming through right now, so it does give them the chance to try to clean up Mythic, but Mythic are going to take this opportunity to disengage. It looks like Close won't be playing around as they will look into pushing into Mythic. Cannon shots assisting that main ball as well, but Closed respawns are up. If Mythic go for a push here and they get a full clean wipe, Closed will lose the fort. It'll be Mythic's fault for the second time this Node War. And that's what Mythic are doing. A big push from Mythic on the east side right now as they are going straight onto the fort. Full down top of the fort. They do have their Flame Tower, which is what Closed are playing around right now. They're playing around these CCs, this debuff as best as they can to kill those tanky players. But it might just not be enough. They lost quite a few members in that initial engage from Mythic right now. Mythic do have quite a lot of DPS still alive. This could be very, very bad for Close, but Close do have some reinforcements coming in from the north side. Well, those are DP players as the fort is down to 34% life. 34% life on the fort. Respawns on Closed are coming through once more as the fort nears 30%. This is exactly what Mythic wants right now. They need to be very fast now, though. 17 minutes left maximum on the clock. And here comes Bad Boys. The fort is down to 30%. Here comes Bad Boys to take the fort. They are trying the best they can to try to take this fort. But Closed are there ready. But this is very bad for Closed, as they did invest resources into Bad Boys. And this gives Mythic the opportunity to go straight for the fort right now. And the fort is burning. Less than 5% health on the fort right now. Mythic could fully commit to this fort. And they might just be able to take this. And FGD of Mythic does take it. Bad Boys do try to snipe it. But unfortunately, they do not get the opportunity to do so. It looks like Silver Shade, so all the PvE alliances just turned up on the last second to try to steal the fort, dude. Fucking rats. Oh, complete rats, dude. Now, this gives Mythic the opportunity. The fort is burning, already down to nearly 90% health. But Mythic will have to respawn, take out this Enhanced Flame Tower as soon as possible. And Closed will be inside the castle. So they will inside Kron Castle right now. Now the fight has reversed. Mythic on the outside, Closed on the inside. Mythic with a fort and Closed without. 60 minutes left on the node. As the Flame Tower does get taken down, they have the Elephant as well. Now can we see Closed? Will Closed show Mythic how to push from Kron Castle in? Looks like Mythic do kill quite a few of them. But there are a lot more right behind. As Closed going for a full push outside. Looks like they do go for a push around the corner first. So they're not going for a push into the north side like Mythic did. They're going for a push onto the south side. Big Mr. Haze used on the members from Closed that are coming through. Now Mythic holding very, very tight. They're getting their vengeance from when Closed were munching them at Kron entrance. We are seeing Bad Boys and whatever the other guild's called. The random PvE lovely individuals are trying to chip down the fort a little bit. As they want their bag, dude. They want the AP buff. Oh, we are seeing a huge push right now from Bad Boys onto the fort. Imagine all these players and being a PvE Cooklord guild, dude. Imagine. But Mythic are ready for this, and they do push into them and wipe up Bad Boys. Closed going for a push on top of this as well as they do push out from Kron Castle. 15 minutes left on the clock maximum. It could end any minute now. So Closed do need to make sure they try to get this fort low. Very, very nice. Closed are taking the advantage right now, though. There are more Closed alive than Mythic, which means that Closed can transition this cross damage onto their fort. And Mythic's timers will go up because it's 46 minutes into the Node War. And Closed now burning this fort, already below 50% health. The amount of damage they're doing is crazy. Tremendous amounts of damage onto this fort right now. Less than 40% life, but you know, when the fort gets low, the Sniff appears. The PvE Alliance feel the bag slipping from their hands. They will be on their way. Mythic do need to be careful because the bad boys will be turning up soon. But Closed returning for a regroup back to Kron Castle. Imagine a guild having like 50 people, dude. And you're a PvE guild. Crazy. 40% health on their fort right now. As Closed are being kept in Kron Castle. But Mythic will have to split its forces very soon as the PvE Alliance will be arriving. Very, very, very soon. Closed are able to get a few picks in now. It's a very nice for Closed. It's like Closed aren't going to wait around. And they're going to push into the north. So they do get some nice CCs. And they're going to use this to capitalize on it with their main ball. Now Mythic are choosing to push into Closed. On the north side, this leaves their fort open to damage. They have to be very mindful about this. As the PvE guilds are jumping in, throwing their lives away for that buff. As the fort is on 37% life. Closed do win that fight on the north side. It's a very good fight for Closed right now. As Mythic did lose a lot of players because some stayed at the fort and some pushed north. This could give Closed the opportunity to go for the fort. But it looks like they get completely eradicated. What the... They just got annihilated, like 20 plus of their members. But here comes the Silver Shade Alliance and the bad boys. The PvE rats see the fort is low. They are now pushing onto the fort. Oh my lord, dude. The PvE Alliance, can Closed take it from them? I believe in Closed. And I believe in Closed. Legion takes the fort. Fuck the PvE Alliance. Good job, Legion. But the fort is already burning. It's already lost like 10% of its life already. 13% health already gone as soon as the switch happens. But now there is 4 guilds staring down on this node. Closed do currently own it. 11 minutes left on the node war. Mythic Closed. A bag guild and another one. Cannons are on them as well. Mythic will need to have a regroup right now so they can go for a proper push together. Can Closed hold this? I believe in Closed, dude. I believe in Closed. It looks like bad boys are appearing. They see the bag in sight. As they are moving in onto this fort right now. Vengeance? Who's Vengeance? What the fuck is that? Whoever they are, they're dead. Wait, are they even on this node? Oh, they are. Okay, never mind. This is a question mark node, yeah. Question mark fort. Bro, like 20 people just pressed W onto a fort and died. PvE Alliance will always surprise me. Mythic going in for some damage onto Closed. Less than 10 minutes left. On the fort. As the fort is on 78% right now. Closed doing a very good job of keeping it nice and under their control. Very nice hold from Closed. They're able to keep Mythic off their fort right now. So every white square you see on the minimap is part of the PvE Alliance. Oh, here they come. Vengeance coming in once again. And they're all dead. I don't quite know what they're planning on. I don't understand the PvE Alliance, dude. I will never understand. But right behind the PvE Alliance comes Mythic in full force. Closed have to hold this if they have any hope to keeping this node under their control. Mythic taking a very strong fight with Closed. A lot of Closed players do get taken out in this engage. Both sides losing numbers. But Closed have the advantage that they can respawn right up in the middle of the fight using the node respawn. The fort respawn, rather. and can help out the boys that are currently fighting. But a lot of DP players are still alive. The DP players can chop down this fort bit by bit as the fort is nearing 60% life from the DP players from Mystic. Zerka's Shies causing large amount of damage to the tier 5 node right now. But here comes one of the PvE alliances, Silver Shade. Moving up with their forces just running into the fort to die. Holy moly, this is like fucking Guild Wars 2, Will vs. Will, dude. With my lovely server running it into the castle walls and dying for free. Close still holding very strong, but the fort is below 50% life. It is very, very close to being taken out right now. Very, very dangerous situation. But here comes Mythic in full force on the east side. Holding very, very, very strong. There's a very nice engage from Mythic right there. They do take quite a few close players out. This could actually be Mythic taking this fort. But right now the two PvE Alliance guilds will be waiting for the fort to get lower so they can try to snipe it. Oh, we call them PvE Alliances because they are literally PvE Alliances. They have a group of guilds that all ally each other to lock out PvP guilds from Node Wars so they can take the bag and the Node War buff for free without any competition. Because they are cocklords and need to get banned. Simple as that. Closed still holding very strong. Very nice hold from Closed. Mythic do lose quite a few people. The fort is getting low. Mythic Closed need to try to get some taps through right now. We are seeing the heroes trying to get those taps for that extra 1-2% life. Could be the difference between winning and losing this node war. Always make sure that you have the taps. But Mythic aren't going to wait around as they do have another regroup respawn coming in. Congratulations on your Voltarian Blixer. As Mythic will be pushing onto the fort. They see that the fort is low, but here comes the PvE Alliance. They see the bag, they see the money. As they will be pushing with 50 people onto the fort. Can they take the fort? The fort does get taken by the PvE Alliance. They are able to yoink the fort so their participation is secured. But can they hold the fort? Closed do have respawns coming in right now. Both Closed and Mythic need to push in as fast as possible. If the node war ends right now, this would be tragic. Let's touch wood. I'm touching all the wood I have. That the node war does not end right now. Closed need to blast. They're fully blasting onto this fort. They do not want to give these PvE cooks the node. Go, Closed, go! Blast, blast, blast. Below 50% health already. As more of the members will be moving in. Pushing that fort below 40% life. Mythic are moving in from the east side as well. They will need to move faster. Here comes Mythic on the east side as well. Closed on the north side. 6 minutes left on the clock. This fort is not dying as fast as it should be right now. If they want to guarantee get it out of the hands of the PvE guild. Here comes Mythic on the east side. Both guilds, Mythic and Closed, going for the last hit on the node. Mythic moving up, Closed moving up. Who will be the one that takes it? Full engage from Mythic right now. Full engage from Closed onto the fort. Who is the better last hitter? The better last hitter is, of course, it's fucking Zero. Zero of Mythic takes the Kron Castle. It's always Zero, bro. As Mythic will hold the fort with 5 minutes to go. But very, very, very nice steal there. With 100 plus people attacking a fort. Making sure that you try to get it with a meteor. Is very, very nice. Closed, moving back into Kron Castle right now. This gives Mythic the opportunity to fully regroup. As we are seeing right now, the fort is already lost 10% life just from chip damage. Because the amount of people around, the cannons on them, the Hwacha, all the damage is coming in from all directions. The fort is falling lower. But Mythic know that the only enemy that can be a threat right now is Closed. As they are moving to Kron Castle entrance, they need to keep Closed locked inside Kron Castle if they have a hope to hold this. And it looks like they did take it. And 56 minutes into the node war. The node is ended. Mythic being the winners of the node war. GG, well played. Very, very nice 1v1 there, dude. Very, very nice 1v1. Very, very nice. Well, it was a 1v1 until all the other nodes ended. When all the other forts ended, then the PvE alliance came at the end. So today was, I believe, Morale took a 15-minute node. So Morale took this node, which ended in 15 minutes. Diablo Mami ended in like 20, I think. Or this one ended in 20 or something like that. And then this one just ended just now, so one was like 15 minutes, 120 odd minutes, 130, and then this is the outcome at the end. GG. That's a very nice 1v1, dude. Until the PvE cooks appeared, but other than that, that 1v1 was very solid. Mythic taking it first, closed, able to retake it, hold very strong for like 20 odd minutes, 30 minutes. It was like 20 odd minutes, I think, right? Because Mythic held it for like 19 minutes, and then you guys held it for like 20 minutes, I guess, and then it was like back and forth, so. Very, very nice node war. Well played to both guilds. I don't know what happened in the other regions. Yeah, total time. Yeah, so it was around 30 minutes then, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. That was pretty good, dude. That was like what, like a 56-minute node war or something? On a question mark fort? That was some solid viewing. 56 minutes of watching rank 1 and rank 2 go head to head in a perma fight. That was pretty good, dude. That was pretty good. Calphian, Combat Graves, Combat took the question mark game and took the other one at 55 minutes. Okay. Was there any like proper competition anywhere else? Wait, what region was it? Wait, is this one still going? No, wait. Insomnia got payback 2v1ers with Liar. I mean, I said it was gonna happen, right? But surely it was a 2v2 or a 3v2, right? I don't remember what the thingy was. Yeah, there's no other node wars left. Who were all the peeps in Kama? I'd have to take a look at the VOD because I looked at it at the VOD, but I'm not 100% sure exactly who it was. Cat Flounder and Bomb Guyford until it ended. Oh, is that what you guys did? Wait, were you guys with Combat? Wait, where was Combat? No, Combat was, never mind, so it was Calphian. Yeah, Combat and Game Over. And then you guys took this. Aegis took this, I guess. Bro, it's annoying that you can't, I have to wait until the fucking date ends for this stupid, like, the previous nodes to disappear. So I can't see, like, who took what today. Because the fucking yesterday nodes are still there until the node ones. I guess. But no, well played to all guilds involved today. I didn't catch the other nodes, but the 1v1 was very nice. But guys, I'm going to end the stream there for today. So thank you very much for joining me. It's very nice to have you guys here. As always, enjoy the stream. Get a follow button. Explanation my Discord. Get the Discord. Remember, tomorrow is Global Lab. So they brought Global Lab forward because there's a holiday on Friday for Korea. So tomorrow's stream will be Global Lab. Yes. We'll go over it really quick right now. This is the post. No Global Lab on June the 6th. Instead, details on next week's update will be revealed on June the 5th. So, it could be a complete giga insane Global Lab, or it could be a complete dead one. There's the notice of the people who want to read about it. But yeah, we'll be live tomorrow with Global Lab reading. So I'll see you guys then. We have patch notes. We have Global Lab reading. Yeah, it's Memorial Day, right? Yeah. Yeah, Kicky's much love. Well played, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Peace.